Miss Melton for sure, especially trying to guide like the likes of Scotty Barnes, but the Sixers have enough to be sure.
Well, we will see how they come off the big win over the Minnesota Timberwolves in this building Wednesday night. The top-ranked defense in the Timberwolves, they beat them on Wednesday. Tom, have a great call.
All right, Murph, thanks.
Thanks to everyone out there for listening to our pregame show here on the 76ers Radio Network. For engineer Betsy Deming and producers Matt Minaric and Haley Taylor-Simon, I'm Matt Murphy. Tom McGinnis next with the call. Enjoy the game.
This is Sixers basketball.
And the Sixers win.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station. 76ers basketball is brought to you by Bet Parks, Ticketmaster, NovaCare, Five Below, Toyota, NJM Insurance, and United Concordia Dental. Now with our pregame show, here's Tom McGinnis.
76ers star Joel Embiid is in the midst of an epic scoring surge that has the Sixers winners of 7 of their past 8 games. Tonight they'll face Nick Nurse's old team in the Toronto Raptors. Can the Raptors swoop in from the true north and slow down the big man? The action and the answer coming up next as the Sixers play host to the Raptors on the Sixers Radio Network.
It's time for 76ers basketball.
Joel one-on-one spins by one man down the lane and a slam. He eats up the rim.
Getting set for tonight's game. It's the 76ers pregame show on 97.5 The Fanatic.
NBA basketball is on the air. Tonight, the Toronto Raptors with a mark of 11-16, 3-8 on the road, take on the Philadelphia 76ers with a mark of 19-8, 11-4 here at home. And again, welcome to our coverage. Tom McGinnis with the call. Embiid has led the team in scoring in 8 straight games, and that includes 5 games with 40 or more points and 2 with at least 50. And he was the big scorer in the Sixers' most recent win Wednesday here when the Sixers beat the Timberwolves 127-113. In that game, Embiid had 51 points and 12 rebounds. Toronto was in action Wednesday as well. They were at home. They lost to Denver by the final of 113-104. Big game for Jokic in that game. Scotty Barnes had 30 for the Raptors, but again, they've only won 11 games and they've struggled on the road so far. Third matchup of the year. The Sixers won the first 2. That first one was their first victory of the year. That was up in Toronto as Coach Nurse faced his old team for the first time back on November 2nd, or actually October 28th. Then they played here on the 2nd. Sixers scored 114 points in both those games to defeat the Raptors twice. And speaking of Coach Nurse, we'll have him next as we talk about the matchup and what it was like to win the championship with Toronto. That's coming up as we continue to roll toward tip-off. Sixers basketball continues right after this.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey! Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol, William Grant & Sons Inc., New York.
Oh, bells, bells, all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, bells, bells, all the way.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Happy holidays from NJM.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey, it's John Kincaid. Mornings with the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. Right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Welcome back to Sixers and the Raptors. Tom McGinnis, along with Sixers head coach Nick Nurse, and Coach Embiid is obviously on an epic run right now, scoring-wise. And you were posed a question about pick and roll with Maxey, the two-man game. And that's still, that middle pick and roll might be the dominant play in the NBA. Just for our listeners, and fans, it's like
you're going to study for a test, you better, that's like 60% of the exam. And for you guys, scheme-wise, it's a major thing how teams decide to go under or over. Yeah. Just address that in general.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you got a guy in front of Tyrese that you need to get him out of being in front of him. So that's where the pick comes in, as you know, and we're just trying to get around that guy, and then that puts them in a my rate of coverages. We don't have time to go through them all, but right. But there is several things that teams are going to do to defend it. You're seeing a lot of it going back to Joel, sometimes on the roll, sometimes on the short roll, sometimes on the pop. That kind of gives us some good variety. But, if they ever decide to not let it go back to Joel, that's when you'll see Tyrese start turning the corner, or you'll start seeing Tobias turn the corner, or Kelly, like you probably saw that in the last game a little bit. So it's just a constant, those guys are out there reading what's in front of them. I think teams change the coverage a lot throughout the course of a game, so it's a continual, got to read what's in front of you.
One more general question about basketball, and you as a coach, you were asked a question about Barnes. His growth is, one, he can get to his spots, and we've seen it with the great players, Maxey included, Curry, and that is for young players, if you can handle the ball and do all the things to evade pressure and get to where you want to get and shoot, you got a chance to write your own ticket offensively.
Yeah, he is an interesting one. Tom, he's one of those guys, again, once he starts a move, I always say that they've got like 1,000 stop points of where they release it. And those guys, it's their rhythm they're playing to, and it keeps the defense off guard. He does a lot of it with some early physicality. He is big and strong, big shoulders. But then he kind of you just don't know if he's stopping at 9 feet, 6 feet, 7.5, 4, right. Where he's gonna release it from, those kind of things. But if he's in rhythm, he's making it. And it may not look the prettiest. He turns and he's not looking and he's turning his body and some of those things, but he's got a tremendous touch.
Last thought, and I hope you're okay with this before a game, but you won the championship with the Raptors, and you're hoping to get there with this Sixers team. If not now, then as soon as you can, obviously. When you won the championship, you wrote in your book about going back to the room with friends and family and strumming on the guitar, but you're at the pinnacle of your sport. You hear like Billy Donovan when he won his championships at Florida, he looked around and like, is this it? Saban was making calls after Alabama. Now that's college. Mm-hmm. You've won it in the minor leagues. It's like a magic carp ride. Did you enjoy it? Did you bask? Or holy crap, we made it through? What was your vibe after winning it all?
Well, I think the first thing always for me is it's relief. Right, it's relief because you do have the goal and the vision, and you get up every day for a lot of days in a row at the start of a season, and your goal is to get there. And I always think when that buzzer sounds, that it's over. Like that run of that team that season is over. I mean, yeah, certainly. I'd been through it before, and everybody says, "Oh, it isn't the same," but it's been the same. State high school championship to the NBA to British to D League, whatever it was, they all feel the same because your goal when you start that season is to get there, and you got to find a way, right? Or you got to make a way there, or whatever it is. And then when that's done, it's done, and you know that the next season's going to bring another challenge and a whole nother journey, and that's kind of what you do as a guy that does it for many, many, many years.
Well, here's to getting that feeling some other time.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Coach.
Thank you.
Nick Nurse, the Sixers head coach. The Sixers, the Raptors, right now on the Sixers Radio Network.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic. Get ready because here come the 76ers. From the first bucket to the final play, you can be there for all the live 76ers basketball action. Shop the widest selection of seats available or sell your seats when you can't make the game at Ticketmaster, the only official ticketing partner of the Philadelphia 76ers. Get ready to cheer on the 76ers live at the center. Score or sell seats today at Ticketmaster.com/76ers. Join the Junior 76ers Kids Club presented by Five Below today. Sign up for a free rookie membership or join as an all-star member for your very own Junior 76ers welcome kit featuring a Tyrese Maxey poster, a Junior 76ers blanket, crock charms, and more. As a Junior 76ers Kids Club all-star member, your child will also receive access to exclusive member events throughout the season. Sign up today at Sixers.com/Kids Club.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader, like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on Auto Trader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on Auto Trader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on Auto Trader. Just you wait. Auto Trader.
Hey guys, Andrew Salchunas, the Chunas. Listen to me daily, Monday through Friday, 97.5 The Fanatic, midday show, 10 to 2.
Welcome back. The Sixers are in red. The Raptors are in black with red. For the 76ers, Marcus Morris Sr. will start at forward. He makes his fourth start alongside Tobias Harris. The big man is Joel Embiid. Kelly Oubre starts at guard alongside Maxey. For Toronto, Siakam, Anunoby, Jakob Poeltl, Dennis Schroeder, and Scotty Barnes. Nick Nurse, the Sixers coach, and Coach Rakovic in his first year as the head coach of the Toronto Raptors, Darko Rakovic. Toronto wins the opening tap. Poeltl 7-1 out of Utah by way of Austria. Schroeder guarded by Maxey. The Raptors, as the visitors get to choose, they've selected to play offense in front of the Sixers bench in the first 24. And here's Siakam with a 15-footer, no good. Oubre snatches down the rebound. Sixers go left to right. They play offense in front of the Raptors bench. Raptors in black. And it's Marcus Morris against Siakam. Joel's trying to get position in the lane. Opening 35 seconds, 6 on the shot clock. Sixers facing to the right, and B with a long shot from 18 around and out, no. Barnes with a rebound, long down court heave to Siakam, and a foul. Maxey, I believe, is going to be called for a hold as Siakam got ahead of all the players, was headed toward the rim right to left, and a good lead pass by Scotty Barnes, but a foul on Tyrese Maxey. That brings us to our Toyota keys to the game. Sixers want to win the rebound battle and keep their turnovers low. Our Toyota keys to the game. Oh, they're calling this a take foul. Now, this is where I don't... That, again, when this rule was put in, not this year, but last year, it's not what we thought of as a take foul. The take foul was more prominent in FIBA basketball, European basketball, and that was on a run out, a player, let's say at midcourt, would just grab a player. So they obstructed and they curtailed like a run out, easy fast break basket, right? And it slowed the game down. It was disruptive. As a fan, you were like, wait, what's that? So that was why they, to my opinion, that's why they put it in. And they have alleviated that. But this wasn't a take. I mean, this is not what I think as basketball folks, what we think of as a take foul. Like I said, Barnes threw it over the top of 8 players and found a streaking Siakam, and Maxey apparently held him. You know, it looks like Siakam caught it. Joel finally got into the picture, and they're calling it a take foul. Here's Courtney Kirkland.
Right to the basket.
Play will be resumed with 2 free throws.
So I'm not sure what Courtney Kirkland said. I think he said it's been. Okay, they're going to see. It's a big punishment, right? So he's going to get 2 free throws, and they get the ball. I believe they did call it a take foul. It was kind of indiscernible what he said, but I believe that's what the case is, and that's so he gets 2 free throws. The game is not even a minute old, and Pascal Siakam at 21 points per game, their leading scorer, is shooting 2 free throws given in technical free throw form. In other words, nobody alongside the lane. And Siakam, the 8-year veteran, he had 18 points against Denver, makes the free throw, went 3 of 5 against the Nuggets in Toronto. And he makes it, and now they get the ball. So Maxey with his first foul, and Schroeder with it. He just went over 10,000 points for his career in the middle of the month against the Hawks. Here's Anunoby into Poeltl, jump hook by Poeltl, good drive by OG Anunoby, and the drop off to Jakob Poeltl, and like that, 4-zip. Sixers trail. They have the ball. Oubre with it around an Embiid screen. Anunoby guards Kelly Oubre, gets around him to the left corner, goes to Maxey. It's deflected. Oubre doing a lot of driving, got nicked a couple different times and got knocked out of bounds. The pass got deflected to the far corner, so that was less than seamless on the attack there for the Sixers. They do get it back. They inbound with 11 on the shot clock. Tobias by the Raptors bench plays into Embiid. In turn goes to Morris out top, down to Harris. Trying to post Scotty Barnes. 5 to shoot, rises from the right side and up and good. Well done by Tobias Harris. Clean on that shot. Just inside the right elbow, about a 14-footer. Schroeder with it for them. To Barnes. Barnes into the lane on Morris. Good size matchup there for the Sixers, but Poeltl with it. Poeltl doesn't shoot it, almost kind of like Vucevic a little bit. A one-hand, right-hand shot, and he doesn't bring the guide hand up. He just flicks it in, but that from the baseline. Now Maxey drives it right at Poeltl and scores it. So the Sixers, with their second field goal, make it a 2-point game. Toronto with the ball, 6'4" Raptors. Schroeder on a switch, guarded by Harris. They go to Barnes along the near side. Foul line extended, guarded by Embiid. Right-hand dribble, stands up with the dribble, picks it up, cross-court skip to Siakam, who faked the three, drives on Oubre, into the lane, wraparound, all the way back out top to Schroeder, and that's way short on a three. Tipped and controlled by Harris. He dribbles across midcourt. Sixers can tie it or take the lead. 2:10 gone by, Embiid with it, drives on Poeltl. The double comes to the former Schroeder. In the lane, he throws it away. Rushed it, split the trap, but then Marcus Morris was underneath. He wasn't open, and Joel just threw it anyway, and a careless turnover. And that's what I say, control the turnovers. 6-4 Toronto, 2:15 gone by. Schroeder got a gold medal with Germany. Into the lane, Poeltl blocked by Embiid, but he gets it back. Poeltl down low left, looking across the lane. He goes to Siakam, underhand scoop, no, but a foul on Morris, who is bound and behind Siakam. So good recovery by Poeltl after Embiid blocked the shot. And Siakam did a good job on the right block, sealing Morris behind him. There was nobody between he and the basket. And Poeltl shovels it over the blue-painted lane. And Siakam, who's going to stand a little bit behind the foul line, goes to the line. About 3 inches behind the free throw line. You don't see that very often. And Siakam making the free throw where he's already 3 for 3. 36 minutes per game in his last game, and Siakam averages about 35 minutes. And I bring that up because under Nick Nurse, he led the league in minutes played last year. He makes 2 free throws. He's had a career high in free throw attempts so far this year. He's got 6 of their 8 points, or 4 of their 8, I should say. They're up 4. Here's Oubre for 3, and that's off the back of the rim. No good. Kelly Oubre missing from the right side from 3. Oubre at 34% from beyond. Here's Barnes for 3. That's off the front. Maxey gets it. Maxey off the dribble into the front court. Picked up by Siakam. That slows the Sixers offense. And now Morris to Embiid. Joel back to Maxey. 2-man game out front. 3 minutes gone by. Maxey backs up. Deep shot on Siakam, and it's good. Man, that is a 29-foot tray over Siakam, and with that, the Sixers to within 1. Siakam quickly down the court into Poeltl. Poeltl flips it up. Nice. Good touch. Jakob Poeltl. He only had 4 points against Denver. He's got 6. 6 of their 10. Raptors by 3. Maxey with it. Out top to Embiid. Embiid against Poeltl. Drives. Loses the ball. Turnover number 2. Schroeder with it ahead to Poeltl, and Poeltl gets a jam. Schroeder not only stole it, but dribbled in front of Embiid and kind of kept him at bay as Poeltl chugged in front of him and then dunked it. So Embiid trying to draw the foul, shoots a bad shot. It's way off, no good. Rebound Poeltl. Outlet Siakam. Siakam drives it down the lane. Layup up and good. Timeout Sixers. You got to make it happen. You can't like try to, oh, they got a bad record. They're not good on the road. Like Embiid that time forced the foul. Looked like he was trying to force to get a foul call. Poeltl didn't touch him, and he shot an off-balance twisting 16-footer that was way off. Another leak out by Siakam. He scores, and just like that, Toronto goes up by 7. They double up on the big board, 14-7. Opening quarter, 8:16 in the first. We'll be right back after this live in Philadelphia.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
If you're a Sixers fan, you expect the best. So that's why there is only one poker app for you. PokerStars is America's #1 poker app with more games, more players, more chances to win, and the most generous rewards program in the game. Plus, new customers now get $150 in free play. Download the app and sign up today. 21 plus and present in PA. Opt-in and poker wager required within 5 days of sign-up. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable poker tournament tickets and casino site credit that expire in 7 days. See terms at PokerStars.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for confidential help.
help. It's more fun to see the 76ers hit the court live. When you need tickets, Ticketmaster's got you covered with a wide selection of seats for every game at a variety of prices. Official marketplace of the 76ers and the NBA, Ticketmaster gives you more ways to find your perfect seat. With their virtual view from seat feature, you'll get a preview to make sure you have the best view to catch more of those dimes and dunks. And if your plans change, Ticketmaster gives you flexibility to sell or transfer your tickets. Plus, mobile tickets makes getting in a breeze. Find tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/76ers.
Hello, Jan from Toyota here.
Hi, Jan. Just wanted to say thanks. With the Grand Highlander we got at Toyotathon, we've been able to do so much, including 5 different ski trips, 4 family functions, 3 potlucks, 2 shopping sprees, and we even got a really big tree.
Wow, I'm really impressed.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 5th. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 2nd. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Do you suffer from delivophobia? Fear of online grocery shopping? Are you afraid it's expensive, of high delivery fees, or having some rando pick your produce? Have no fear. Giant Direct has great prices, specially trained shoppers who pick the best produce, meats, and fish. No surprise delivery fees, and pickup that's always free. Overcome your delivophobia. Order from Giant Direct today. Consider it exposure therapy.
Save big on snow crab clusters. $6.99 per pound with digital coupon.
Hey, it's Tyrone Johnson from The Best Show Ever. Join us weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Sixers trail early by 7. We played just under 4 minutes. Maxey had 35 points, making 5 threes in the game Wednesday over Minnesota. He's got 5 points in this game. Other 2 by Harris. Maxey with Harris, Morris, Kelly Oubre, and Joel Embiid. Embiid has not scored. He's 0 for 2 with an assist, 2 turnovers. Oubre up top to Embiid. And now over to the right side, Maxey. Maxey firing a 3 on Schroeder. Wide to the right, no good. Toronto with a rebound. They go to Siakam. Siakam met at midcourt by Morris. Now Barnes. And a give and go with Siakam, and he gets a layup. Good play. Siakam in action and in movement. Gave it up, just kept running, got it back. And a fundamental give and go. And the layup is good by Siakam. He's got 8. He and Pirtle have all their points. They're up by 9. 16-7. Maxey on a drive, cross-court skip, near side. Morris for 3. That's off the back. Long rebound on Anunoby. They go to Schroeder. Raptors on the run. Toronto at night number 1 of a back-to-back. They'll be back home tomorrow. Here's Barnes on a drive, but he missed a jam. Baseline move, got by Embiid. Couldn't get it to go with a right-hand jam. Here's Maxey, bumped by Schroeder, no call but in. What a play by Maxey. Splashes it off the window on the window on a gap drive for the left side. And the Sixers cut it to 7. Pirtle with it to the left of the key. 1 dribble, hands off to Barnes. He goes in the lane. Embiid is on him. That leaves Pirtle and Morris paired. Back out to Barnes. 3-point shot. Got it. And again, great fundamental basketball by the Raptors. Scotty Barnes for 3. Raptors first trade. They're up by 10. 19-9 as Rakovic, their coach, looks on. He's been an assistant and among other places, Oklahoma. From Serbia, hosted Jokic at his house the other night. And here's a 3 by Tobias Harris. And that's good. Harris shooting 3s at 34% on the year. Maxey with the dish. Maxey and Harris with all 12 of the Sixers points. Raptors by 7. Siakam baseline right. Up top, Schroeder, ball fake from a move, loses the handle, gains it back, and now goes to Siakam. Into the lane, spins, leans, off-balance shot with the right hand in the paint. No good, but a foul. Sixers foul Siakam. Siakam is now 2 assists away from passing former Villanova standout Alvin Williams for 5th on Toronto's all-time assists list. In fact, Alvin, the Philadelphia native out of Germantown Academy, is in the house. In fact, he's in the booth. In fact, he's just to our left. He's 1 row ahead. He does the television color commentator, analysis, commentating with Matt Devlin of the Raptors TV coverage. Sportsnet goes all throughout Canada. Here's Siakam. He is living at the line. This will be his 6th free throw. He's made them all. We near the midway point of the first, and a bit of a shocker early on. Toronto 21, the Sixers 12. They're 7 of 12 from the field, and they've made all their free throws. Here's Embiid, and Pirtle knocks it away. And yet another turnover for Embiid. Run out for Toronto, 3-on-1. Anunoby down the lane with a jam. So Toronto doing a terrific job. That was a 3-on-1 breakout. And OG Anunoby with a two-hand stuff. They're up 11. Oubre on a drive. Oubre collides with the defenders, puts it up, no good. Couldn't get his own miss. They tap it to Siakam, and he dribbles it across. He's 6'8", went to New Mexico State, and he grew up in Cameroon like Joel Embiid. Here's Pirtle going by Embiid, and he gets a layup, and Embiid goes down. Embiid does a somersault. He's in pain. He's hurt his left leg. And we get a stoppage as athletic trainer Kevin Johnson sprints out to Joel. Embiid on his back, holding his right leg. And we've got a break with 5:25 to go. Trailing the Raptors early is one thing. Embiid going down as the crowd is extremely quiet here in Philadelphia. Embiid is going to be helped up by Harris and Maxey with athletic trainer Kevin Johnson and Pascal Guerrero right there. And Joel leaning over. Timeout on the court. We'll be back.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Movie night. With giant hot cocoa and popcorn all over the place. My favorite part of the holidays. Wait, gift exchanges are also my favorite because I give the best gifts. Bottle of wine from Giant. Maybe it's baking with my kids. That cookie decorating kit? Game changer. You know, as long as I'm with my family, it's all my favorite. Giant for today's table.
Save on our brand confectioners, brown sugar, or coconut. 2 for $5.
At Independence Blue Cross, we believe in giving you the tools you need to pursue your healthiest life. From premiums as low as $0 per month to health discounts and cash rewards, it pays to have coverage with Independence. With the strongest network of doctors and hospitals in the region and free 24/7 virtual doctor visits, you can feel confident that quality care is always within reach. Learn more about your coverage options at ibx.com.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Get 10% off select concrete mix when you buy 1 pallet or more. And there's more. Get 15% off select primed finger joint boards when you buy 10 or more. Visit us in-store or online for low prices on the materials you need. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket, just like our customer, Jaron.
I'm the singer and guitarist in a band, and I use my Cricket phone for everything. It's basically like another band member.
Don't miss a single beat. Switch today and get a free Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Real customer paid for testimonial. Must bring your number to Cricket on up to a $60 a month voice plan depending on device. Select models only while supplies last. First month service charge and tax due at sale. Cricket 5G requires a compatible device and is not available everywhere. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See store for details.
Hey, Bob Cooney here. Check out the John Kincaid Show, weekdays from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 97.5 The Fanatic.
We're back. The Sixers trail 25-12. Bit of an extensive injury list for the Sixers, but Embiid is going to stay out there. And watching the replays, it was hard to discern, but it appeared as though he may have landed on a player's foot. It may have been that of Tobias Harris as Joel tried to defend the layup by Pirtle. Pirtle and Siakam each have 10, and the Raptors have 25. They lead by 13. Embiid to Maxey. Here's Maxey for 3 on the left side. That's no good. Long rebound to Toronto, and they throw it away. OG Anunoby on an outlet led his teammate Siakam too much. Gary Trent Jr. has come in for the Raptors. Sixers with Oubre. Robert Covington's come in. He missed the last game with illness. Maxey, Daniel House Jr. in there, and out Morris and Harris. I like this with Nick Nurse. He does not, those guys, it's not like they were struggling, but he tries. Here's another turnover by the Sixers and a run out by Siakam. Now that's a little alarming. Maxey was trying to go to Embiid, but a low bounce pass, and it rolled right to Siakam. So the Sixers already 4 turnovers, and the Raptors have scored 6 points. I mean, they're making it easy for Toronto. And the point is that, coach is trying to see if House or if Covington can get something going. He's not completely going away from Harris and Morris, but for now, he's subbed them out. Here's Embiid out top to Maxey. Schroeder guards Maxey. Screened by Joel. Maxey to the left side, Oubre. This time an open three, and he makes it. The earlier shots by Oubre were contested. This one is open for the left perimeter, and that makes it a 12-point lead for Toronto. Sixers have not been in this type of hole at home in the first in a while this year. Schroeder misses. Embiid with it. He looks to be moving well. And Joel outside right against Pirtle. House screens. Joel comes off, fakes a three, goes to Oubre. He'll try another one, and that's off the rim, and the rebound down to Gary Trent Jr. Raptors in black with red going right to left. A rivalry that dates back to the year 1995. Toronto dominated just a few years ago, having won, I believe, 16 consecutive games. But of late, the Sixers have had the edge. Here's Siakam with another open shot. He's so good in the mid-range and a pull-up from the left side, and that's good. He's 4 for 5. He's got 14 points. Raptors lead by 14, 3:40 in the first, and Embiid trying to get into the lane to House, and the ball is booted. So as stipulated by Matt Murphy earlier, a Novacare injury report. Novacare experienced the power of physical therapy. And now here comes Harris back into the game. Maxey gets a break, and Furkan Korkmaz gets the early nod. Pat Beverly is out. He's got a heel injury. That just came up. Batum out with the hamstring. Mo Bamba is ill. And for the Sixers, that's part of their injury report coming into this game. Sixers in red with Harris. And now to the corner House. He fakes a three. Now he's open, but at the last moment, Siakam recovers. So he feeds Tobias, and Harris puts it in. Fourth made three by the Sixers. Tobias Harris 2 for 2 from beyond. And the Raptors lead is 11. They almost turn it over, but Pirtle goes all the way back out to midcourt to keep it in the offensive end. 3:05 to go in the first. House and Covington are there. And Covington knocks it away. Here's Tobias, and Harris with a layup. Into the lane, two defenders, Anunoby and Siakam were there. And Tobias Harris twisting to the left, lays it up with the left hand and in. So he goes for the old-fashioned three-point play, and he's given the Sixers some momentum, and now Toronto will take timeout. 3:02 to go with the two full timeouts having already been taken. This will be a 60, and we'll be right back. The Raptors are up 9, 3:02 in the first. And again, this is the 76ers Radio Network.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
When you open the BetParx app, you're in the zone. It's the anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Plus, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun. You love to win. You bet. BetParx, official winning partner of the Philadelphia 76ers. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and up. Located in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Michigan. In Ohio, offered by Parks Interactive Ohio Inc. New users only. Casino bonus must be wagered. Terms and conditions apply.
Movie night. With giant hot cocoa and popcorn all over the place. My favorite part of the holidays. Wait, gift exchanges are also my favorite, because I give the best gifts. Bottle of wine from Giant. Maybe it's baking with my kids. That cookie decorating kit? Game changer. You know, as long as I'm with my family, it's all my favorite. Giant for today's table.
Save on our brand confectioners, brown sugar, or coconut. 2 for $5.
Hey, it's Pat Egan from The John Kincaid Show. Listen to us weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Sixers trail Toronto 29-20. We've played almost 9 minutes, and the Sixers have trailed the entire game. Tobias Harris will be at the line. Don't forget, 5-game flex packs are still available. You'll get enhanced priority to the playoffs. So again, you can make your own ticket package. 5-game flex packs. Info available at Sixers.com/flex or email tickets@76ers.com. Malachi Flynn in for the Raps. They're up 8. Siakam's got 14. He goes to Trent. Trent guarded by House. Back to Siakam. To the right corner, Scotty Barnes against Embiid. Jab step, jumper, hierarchy. 3 is good. Barnes pours it in. He's got his second 3. And with that, the Raptors by 11 points. Sixers in red going left to right, away from their bench. 2.5 to go. Raptors 32, Sixers 21, opening quarter. Furkan Korkmaz with a nifty move. Patient, long stride to the left, about an 8-footer off the glass, and in. Furkan Korkmaz has not had a whole lot of opportunity this year, but a big field goal there. And now the Raptors get the ball knocked out of bounds by Korkmaz, the veteran in his 7th year from Turkey. Played but just 2 minutes against Minnesota on Wednesday. Into the lineup for the Raptors, Precious Achiuwa. He replaces Pirtle, who had 10 points in 9 minutes. Here's Trent for 3. That's long. Barnes, though, gets the rebound. The Raptors get it back. Here's Siakam for 3. That won't go. Into the corner. House tracks it down right by the Sixers bench. Bobby Jackson and Rico Hines looking on. Here's House in the lane. Oh, man, please call a foul. It was right in front of Ray Acosta. How could he not call that? But from the right side, Courtney Kirkland, the crew chief, makes the call. And then, of all things, Trent raised his palms, turned upward like, what? What? You chopped him on the forearm. Here's House on the line, foul line right. From Houston, Daniel House Jr. I was going to say from Houston, and proud of it. That'll be part of this upcoming road trip. Thursday night, the game will be Friday. Thursday night, the Sixers will be in Houston, homecoming for House. He is very talkative, vociferous, and fun to be around. Daniel House, 3-point play. No, makes 1 out of 2 for the line. Raptors, Siakam to the near corner, Achiuwa. 1:35 in the first. 8-point lead for the Raps. Barnes gets a screen, left-hand dribble, and Covington fouls him on the near wing. 4th foul on the Sixers, first on Cove. Side out for the Raptors. Again, Sixers fans keep up with the Sixers with the official mobile app sponsored by NJM Insurance Group, the 76ers mobile app. Visit the Apple App Store or Google Play to download. A lot of great content. Flynn turns it over. Korkmaz with it. Furkan on a drive into the lane. Cross court, Harris. Covington trails, but here's Embiid trying to make a move down the lane. He lays it up and in. Able to get it. Embiid limping back after making a powerful move into the lane on Achiuwa. His first field goal looked like he may have stepped on someone's foot and turned his ankle earlier in this first quarter. He's made it a 6-point game. Malachi Flynn, long 3, way off from deep. Furkan with it. And now Harris to Joel. Joel making a move. They converge. He turns it to the left corner. And House gathers it up. Back to Joel. Embiid, left baseline, one-on-one with Precious Achiuwa. Ripped through move, tried to draw the foul. They don't call it. The ball flew into the air. Embiid close to getting a tee. He was clapping in front of the referee. Here's Barnes with a 2-hand slam. Embiid thought he was fouled. He lost the ball. It ended up going right toward the basket. At the other end, Barnes gets a stuff, and the Raptors by 8. Barnes guarding Joel. Joel powerfully in the lane, puts it up, but no good. Against 2 defenders, forced it, and it didn't go. Embiid has been in double figures in many a first quarter of late. Not tonight. 3-point shot by Trent, and the Raptors continue to fire. That's their 3rd made 3. They have 37 points. Embiid's got 2. He's been in double figures during this hot stretch in every first quarter. Here's Harris with it. Harris along the side. Only 6 seconds to go. House down the lane on Trent. Puts it up good. And what a layup. And now House looks like he's shaken up. 3 seconds. Malachi Flynn to Siakam for 3 at the horn. And around and out. No good. So the Sixers struggle here in the opening quarter. They trail by 9 after 1. Toronto 37. The Sixers 28. Raptors shoot 58%. Sixers shoot 55%. But Toronto made 6 free throws, and they lead. We'll be back after 1 on the Sixers Radio Network.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
When it comes to your physical health, you want a physical therapist you can trust. That's NovaCare Rehabilitation. NovaCare is the preferred provider of physical therapy to the Sixers. NovaCare's experienced team works with athletes and fans alike to help keep you at the top of your game. With over 150 convenient locations throughout the Delaware Valley and South Jersey, access to expert care is easier than ever. Go to NovaCare.com to request an appointment today. The Sixers trust NovaCare, and so can you. NovaCare, the power of physical therapy.
So tell us a little bit more about the Morgan & Morgan Law Practice. We sitting here talking about law practice? It's not a game. Not a game. With over 900 lawyers nationwide and $15 billion recovered, we got full court domination.
No more questions.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Proud sponsor of the Philadelphia 76ers. Offices, Philadelphia.
Hey, fellow Sixers fans, it's Dave Keller from David Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Have you ever wondered why it's so gosh darn hard to buy a car? We all know the prices, we know the trade values, you know the interest rates, so what are we goofing around for? Well, you won't get that with me. Online, on the phone, in person, just pick out a car and I'll get you a price you love. No jokes, no games, and great cars. Jeeps, Rams, Dodges, Chryslers, and hundreds of certified used cars. Hey, isn't it time you buy the car the way you should? And that's why I've always been your dealer, even if you didn't know it yet.
Join the Junior 76ers Kids Club, presented by Five Below today. Sign up for a free rookie membership or join as an all-star member for your very own Junior 76ers welcome kit, featuring a Tyrese Maxey poster, a Junior 76ers blanket, croc charms, and more. As a Junior 76ers Kids Club all-star member, your child will also receive access to exclusive member events throughout the season. Sign up today at Sixers.com/Kids Club.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo from The Best Show Ever. Check us out weekdays from 2 till 6 p.m. only on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Sixers trail 37-28. The Raptors had a spell at the very end of November, from the 29th of November until December 13th, in which they lost 7 of 8. But they lead the Sixers. Here's Tobias Harris. Another left-hand shot up and good. Straight line drive. Doesn't get all the way to the basket, but Harris puts it in. Don't look now, but Tobias Harris, 5 of 5, 13 points. He leads the Sixers. All right, now you can look. And now the Raptors lose the ball out of bounds, but they call a foul. Scott Todorski calls a foul. Whoa, that almost should be challengeable. That went right out of bounds. Covington was behind him. Nick Nurse is giving Todorski, well, an opinion, a disagreeable opinion, I might add. 6 to shoot. Barnes with it all the way out top. He's going to have to hustle. Oh, he shoots a 30-footer for 3, and it's no good, but Malachi Flynn gets the rebound. Paul Reed, though, deflects it away, and Tobias has it. Sixers to Maxey. Otto Porter's in the game. Here's Maxey for 3. Almost missed it all. Trent with a rebound. Porter almost never plays. He's been out. He's been on the Raptors for 2 years. Here's Trent with it. Reverse pivot. Difficult shot. Way off to the right. Boy, they're struggling a little bit out of the gate. Let's go. It's coming upon the Sixers to take advantage. Down 7. Paul Reed for 3. It's true, and it's way off to the left. Malachi Flynn with it. Raptors into the lane. Flynn down the lane. Blocked by Paul Reed, and Harris tracks it down. Tobias on the run. Raptors back with defense. Here's Harris into the lane. Off to the left, no good, but a foul. Barnes and Porter were there. And now the research department. Otto Porter. How much does he play? I would say not much, although, hold on. He's been in, this is his 12th game. He made 1 start. And Porter on the year, 130 minutes. So a little bit more, but he has been out with injury over the course of the last couple of seasons. He didn't, for example, he didn't play Wednesday. He's 6'8" out of Georgetown. He's had a number of injuries, and he's not scored since the 22nd of November against the Pacers. Tobias, free throw good. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 14 points. Foul line right-hand free throw. He's carrying the Sixers. He's got 15 of their 32, and the Sixers have pulled to within 5. Barnes, Porter, Trent, Anunoby, and Precious Achiuwa. No Freddie VanVleet. No Nick Nurse. No Kyle Lowry. They look different. They are different. The Raptors missed the playoffs over the course of 2 of the last 3 years, and then 1 year they made it. The Sixers knocked them out in the first round. Here's Maxey with it. Maxey's got 7 points in 10 minutes. Over to Tobias. 10-15 in the first half. Matt Murphy will have our halftime coverage. Sixers trying to cut into a 5-point deficit. Tobias for 3, and that's good. He is on fire. Tobias Harris, 3 threes. 6 for 6 from the field. 2-point game. Trent across midcourt. House and Covington with Reed out top, providing the perimeter defense. Precious Achua on Paul Reed. Wild shot. House knocks it away. Tobias with it again. Harris pulls up on Anunoby. Into the lane. Jumps it back out. They deflect it and steal it. And Barnes plays it to Achua. Achua with a head of steam. Into the lane. Euro step. Knocked away by Covington. Another steal by the Sixers. And Maxey flying left to right. Veers around one man. Into the lane. Puts it up, but no good. And now Toronto with the ball. Again, Achua to Porter. He doesn't catch it cleanly. Thought about a three. Throws it to Trent. Baseline left. Way out to Achua. Here's Achua for three, and that's a rounded out. No good. Raptors 3 of 11. Achua from Memphis in his second, make that third year with the Raptors. He was in the Kyle Lowry trade with Miami. Here's Tobias with a stop in the lane. That's short, no good. Not enough jump on that shot. Sixers with the ball. We've got a timeout taken. No, not a timeout, just a stoppage. Ball went out of bounds. So Achua actually in his fourth year, but again, he played 1 year in Miami. Tobias, well-deserved rest. Back in, Kelly Oubre Jr. and Marcus Morris Sr. And out Daniel House along with Harris. So again, 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Toronto 37. The Sixers 35. We're live at the center. Another crowd that appears to be right around 20,000 patrons. Gary Trent Jr. to OG Anunoby. Maxey guards OG. Outside right, Porter. Three-point shot for the former Hoya, and it's good. Otto Porter Jr., their fourth three. And with that, the Raptors up by 5. Sixers in red, traversing left to right. Rakovic leaning over, trying to coach their D. Maxey guarded by Trent. 8.5 to go in the second. Slides it to Oubre. He pulls up and pops on Porter. Rimming short, no good. Sixers 50% from the field. Schroeder's back. He's got no points in 9 minutes. Over to OG Anunoby. He attacks off the bounce. Down the lane on Paul Reed. Gets the drop. It rolls in. OG Anunoby, his second field goal. In 11 minutes, Raptors 4 in a row. They lead by 7. Maxey stops. He's got Porter out top. Now Morris with it. Baseline right. Leans in. Draws the foul. It'll be on OG Anunoby, his first. Raptors with their second in the second. Morris will go to the line. He was baseline right. Bored into him with a left shoulder, but got the foul. And Morris will shoot 2. Foul line right for the Philadelphia 76ers, his hometown team. He's with his 7th NBA franchise. His twin brother Markieff is with Dallas. And Morris in his 13th year only had 5 points against the Wolves. But Monday, he was plus 20. No, that was Wednesday. He was plus 23. And he'd missed Monday's game after missing 16 in a row. Illness going through the squad. It affected Morris earlier in the week. Mo Bamba out right now. Covington was out, but he's back. And again, the quad injury for DeAnthony Melton, the heel for Beverly, the hamstring for Batum. Free throws by Morris, good. Porter for 3, but no good. And the rebound down to Oubre. Oh, and then a whistle. The Sixers had 2 players to grab the rebound, but one of them apparently fouled. Ray Acosta puts here the whistle along the near side. And the foul's on Covington. He put a forearm into the back of Scotty Barnes. That's a foul. That's his 3rd foul. He's only played 10 minutes. Raptors by 5. They get it back. 7:45 to go in the second quarter. Schroeder with it outside right. Up top to OG Anunoby near midcourt against Covington with the fouls. He drives right by him, and the layup is no good, but a foul at the point of attack at the rim by Paul Reed. So good recognition by Anunoby, because they spread the court and they went right at Covington, knowing with the fouls he'd have to be a little less aggressive, and it worked. But the foul occurred on Paul Reed. 3 team fouls on the Sixers. Reed with his first. Anunoby foul line left. Born in London, grew up in Missouri, went to Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. IU for OG Anunoby, 7th year. Last year's second team all defense. 9 points, no free throws, 40 minutes versus Denver. Here comes that hot hand, Tobias Harris. He spells Covington. Toronto shooting 48%. They've made 4 threes. They're 7 of 7 from the line. Our Chick-fil-A nugget of the game. Foul line left. Raptors by 6, now 7 as Anunoby pours in both free throws. Embiid on the bench. He had 2 points in the opening 12 minutes. Harris, Reed, Oubre, Maxey, and Morris. Sixers on the move, 7.5 to go. Kelly Oubre guarded by Siakam. To the left side, Morris. Into the corner, Harris. Shot clock at 5. Tobias making a move. Pull-up shot, baseline left, no good, but tapped up and in by Marcus Morris. He snuck around Otto Porter and batted it in with his right hand. 5-point lead. The Sixers have not led in the game. Maxey fronts Siakam. The help comes in the form of Paul Reed. Back out top, Raptors. Right side, Barnes, no good. Reed tips it. Harris has it on the move. He's got Maxey down the lane. Scoop blocked by Barnes. What a play defensively. And now the Raptors with OG Anunoby in the lane. A bump and a foul on Reed. He got him in midair. But Scotty Barnes blocked Maxey. We got a stoppage with 6:49 to go in the second. Raptors by 5, and Embiid will be back. And this is the NBA, a division matchup. The Sixers and the Raptors. We'll continue our coverage on the 76ers Radio Network.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
At Independence Blue Cross, we believe in giving you the tools you need to pursue your healthiest life. From premiums as low as $0 per month to health discounts and cash rewards, it pays to have coverage with Independence. With the strongest network of doctors and hospitals in the region and free 24/7 virtual doctor visits, you can feel confident that quality care is always within reach. Learn more about your coverage options at ibx.com.
5-game Sixer holiday flex packs are now here. They're perfect for a gift or for you to just treat yourself. You can create your own 5-game packages with games you want to see, including the Warriors, the Nuggets, the Clippers, and more. And with every holiday flex pack purchased, you'll receive a limited edition 76 Originals City Edition t-shirt inspired by the Reading Terminal Market and receive enhanced priority for playoff tickets. For more information, visit Sixers.com/flex or give us a call at 215-339-7676.
Hey, it's Amanda, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is that they're so easy for the holidays. They're warm and flavorful. It's always a crowd pleaser. When I put down a nugget tray, everyone is happy.
Hey, this is Brian, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is the joy that it brings to me and everybody around me during the holidays. They're warm, juicy, and delicious.
Cater the holidays with Chick-fil-A today. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests pay for their testimonials.
No matter what the weather, most of us need to get on the road every day and get going. So we need tires to depend on in any condition. No one understands that better than the dependable people at Mavis Discount Tire. At Mavis, we believe nothing builds more confidence while driving than having the right tires at the right price, so you can confidently handle the road ahead. Roll in for $200 off select sets of 4 Goodyear tires. Visit us at mavis.com.
Hey, this is Ray Dunn. You can catch me weekdays 10 to 2 with Andrew Salchunas right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Get in the game with the PA Lottery online. The thrill of winning is now at your fingertips. For more information, visit PALottery.com or download the PA Lottery app. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Raptors have had the upper hand. They're leading by 5, 44-39. Back for the Sixers, Joel Embiid. Beat 51 points on Wednesday. He's once again leading the NBA at 35 points per game. But thus far, he has only 2 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, and 2 turnovers. OG Anunoby at the line for Toronto. They lead by 6. They have been led by as many as 15. Sixers outscoring them 11-8 in this quarter. Fast break points, Raptors 11, Sixers 8. And again, no lead changes, no ties. Morris, Embiid, Harris, Maxey, and Oubre. This is the group that started. This is the first time this five-man unit is started for the Sixers, but injury and illness have made it necessary. Oubre missing the three. Sixers 5 of 13 from three, 38%. Dennis Schroeder with the ball to the right baseline, pull-up 18-footer, rimming good. Schroeder with his first field goal. Raptors now 17 of 35 from the field, shooting the ball 48%, and they lead by 9. Here's Tobias down to Oubre, and Oubre quickly dunks it, stuffs it with Jakob Poeltl there. Puts it through with ease. One of those peekaboo dunks. Fast. 5 now for Oubre. Good feed by Tobias, his first assist. Ball gets booted into the backcourt, and it went off the leg of OG Anunoby. Kelly Oubre, emphatic with the signal, helping out Scott Twardorsky. That dish a moment ago by Harris, our Ticketmaster assist of the game. The Raptors with Porter, Siakam, Schroeder, Poeltl, and Anunoby. And the ball rolled all the way down to the baseline by the Raptors bench. That's where the Sixers will play in. So a bit of a bonus, like the face-off taking place in the offensive zone, if you will. A little hockey reference. Here's Tobias to Embiid. Embiid with Poeltl outside left. Shot clock at 12. Embiid to Maxey. Maxey drives it on Schroeder. The help comes. Right-hand layup good. Great drive. Athletic maneuver into the lane by Maxey. He's got 9. Tobias Harris has 18 to lead the Sixers. Raptors led after one, 37-28. They're up by 5 right now. And Schroeder lets it roll. Rolling, picks it up near midcourt. Maxey meets him defensively. Raptors in black going right to left. Here's Schroeder on a give and go with Poeltl into the lane. Poeltl flips it up with the right hand, and Jakob Poeltl 6 of 7 from the field, and that makes it 50-43. And a quick shot by the Sixers from 3, and that's Maxey. It's good. Embiid with the dish, his 4th assist. Quick work of that possession. Maxey from deep. Siakam counters with a 3. That won't go. 4-point game. Harris with a rebound. Lead pass down to Joel. Great catch by Embiid. Lays it up and in. Got a seal inside on Siakam. And Harris with a 3/4 the length of the court feed. And Joel lays it up and in. 2-point game. Sixers little momentum. Schroeder in the lane. Wrap around to Poeltl. Poeltl double covered down low with Embiid there. And Harris back out down Anunoby. Into the lane. Siakam and Kelly Oubre knocked him down. A little polite shove in the lane. And that's a foul. So Poeltl had 4 points against the Joker, Jokic, in Toronto Wednesday. He's got 14 in this game. And again, he averages only 10. Jakob Poeltl, back down the stretch, he wasn't even in the game against Denver. Here's Siakam back to the line for the Raptors. Talk about Stroman. They're excited to be a partner with the Sixers as Siakam misses his first free throw of the game. Stroman, they deliver for a city that demands, well, nothing short of greatness. They do the same thing with goods that make lunch nothing short of great. Stroman and the Sixers, your neighborhood favorite. 1 out of 2 for Siakam. They've attempted 12. The Sixers 6 of 7. Schroeder and Maxey shoving to try to get free. And House is coming to the game. He'll handle the inbound. Oubre goes out. The foul on Oubre a moment ago is first, so that's not the reason. Embiid with it. 4:14 to go in the second. Embiid against Poeltl. The double is there in the form of Schroeder. Maxey gets it back, step back, and they call a violation on Maxey. Oh, a push-off. That's a foul. That's the second foul of the game on Maxey. And Schroeder, boy, the crowd just watched a replay. Here's another replay. We'll take a look. He did put his arm on the shoulder. Schroeder overreacted, sold the call, and it worked. So Maxey called for an offensive foul. Now Schroeder has the ball against Maxey. Poeltl screen. Schroeder keeping Maxey behind him. In the lane. Nice play. The international connection with Schroeder from Germany to Poeltl from Austria. They play for Toronto, and they just got a bucket inside here in South Philly. Go figure. Pirtle was 16 in the game. And the Sixers with a careless pass by Embiid, underhand offering, and he throws it away. Off night for the Sixers. They lost Monday by 4 here to Chicago. They're struggling in this first half. Everybody save for Harris, although Maxey has 12. Pirtle with it. Looking for Anunoby. House denies OG Anunoby. 3.5 to go in the second. Raptors with Schroeder, and Morris knocked down Pirtle. Marcus Morris. Not the smartest foul, because the Sixers are over the limit, but he just dropped Jakob Pirtle. And that'll send Pirtle to the line. Like, don't, you're going to run around. You run, this is what it, to me, what it looked like. You run around me. He just drilled him with his shoulder. And Pirtle misses the free throw. I think the fans are sensing a little brickin' for chicken possibility in half number 2 with old Jakob Pirtle. He has missed now his first free throw. Again, in the second half, if an opposing player misses 2 free throws in a row, everyone can win Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. He makes 1 of the 2. They're up by 6. Raptors shooting 50% for the game. Sixers 51%, but they've made 1 more field goal and a bunch more free throws. Morris with it. Specifically on the free throw tally, 6 more. Into Embiid, he makes an incredible shot going left to right. Has to pull up short in the corner. And again, he skids to a stop and then limping on his ankle. Stepped on a player's foot earlier in tonight's first quarter. Morris with a great feed. Joel with good position. Got around Pirtle with Barnes there behind him. And Joel lays it in. 6 now for Embiid. He shoots for the 3-point play. Can make it a 3-point game with 3:10 to go in the second. Foul line right, Joel Embiid. Foul shot good. 54-51 Raptors. Barnes on Anunoby, they head to the corners. Siakam along with Pirtle. And Schroeder with the dribble brings it across. House beats him. Sixers in his zone. Sixers in red. 3 minutes straight up to go in the second. Here's Schroeder on a drive. Gets by Maxey. Back out top. OG Anunoby for 3. Rimming no. Embiid has it, but he can't hold on. And then Schroeder missed a chip shot down low. Embiid was lurking to be sure, but he missed an opening. Embiid thought about a 3. Drives it back to Harris. Harris against Scotty Barnes to Joel. Here's Tobias for 3. It's good. What a game for Tobias Harris. 4 for 4 from 3. He ties it at 54. Embiid with his 5th assist. Sixers doubling. Timeout, Toronto. Darko Rakovic walking with purpose, striding out onto the court. The Sixers with 2.5 to go has seized momentum and tied the game. NBA basketball, the coverage continues right after this on the Sixers Radio Network.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack. Thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Offs, excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling. If it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Oh, bells, bells, all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, bells, bells, all the way.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Happy holidays from NJM.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Bringing in your front line is as easy as 1, 2, key. SEPTA Key Advantage is a unique and valuable transit benefit program that gives your employees all-day, everyday access to the entire SEPTA system. That means your staff can get in for their first, second, or third shifts and even travel the system on their off hours, seamlessly and affordably, all thanks to you. Learn how easy it is to customize a SEPTA Key Advantage program for your team at SEPTA.org/partner programs. That's SEPTA.org/partner programs.
Hey, Bob, how's business?
Well, my employees are out, deliveries are delayed, and customers
customers are disgruntled.
You know what may help you?
A vacation, a puppy, a vacation to Puppy Island.
United Concordia Dental Insurance. Their approach to oral health could mean fewer sick days.
So my employees?
Get to work.
My deliveries?
Get delivered.
My customers?
Get gruntled.
And my puppy?
Wants you to fortify your business with United Concordia Dental Insurance. So visit fortifywithucd.com for important disclosures.
Hey, it's John Kincaid. Mornings with the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. Right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Sixers have tied the game at 54. Tobias Harris with 21 points in the first half. His highest effort points-wise in any half this year. Same thing for Pirtle for them. He's got 15. A little bit after 8 p.m., we pause 10 seconds for station ID.
This is Sixers basketball.
And the Sixers win.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station.
Tom McGinnis with the play-by-play call. Betsy Deming, our engineer, alongside. Matt Bednark and Silvana Kelleher-Simon back at the station, engineering our broadcast. And Matt Murphy will have our halftime coverage. Sixers basketball. Toronto with the ball. Siakam to Pirtle. Pirtle against Embiid. Over to OG Anunoby for three. No good. Raptors are 4 of 17 from three. The Sixers tied it for the first time moments ago, and now they can take their first lead. House remains in the game. Maxey has it out near midcourt with a left-hand dribble. Angles off an Embiid screen. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Joel with it. Embiid one-on-one from the top. Step back 18-footer on Pirtle. Around and out. No good. Embiid uncharacteristic off a little bit. 7 points in the game. Dennis Schroeder travels in the backcourt. He was a little indecisive as he was going to throw it ahead to Barnes. And a bit of an unforced error, although Maxey and Morris were there. Turnover on the Raptors. So the Sixers, with 1:49 to go, will be given another opportunity to take the lead. Harris with it. Most points he's had in a half since November 22 against Indiana. He shoots another three. It's off and no good. His first miss from beyond the arc. 4 of 5 from three. Harris has all but 3 of their threes. Here's Pirtle, blocked by Embiid. Stuffed down low right. As Embiid emphatically kind of infers with the block. That's enough, Pirtle. Our United Concordia Dental block of the game. They put the big seal on the big board. Processed. Raptors play in Anunoby, a far sideline catch against Morris. One-on-one screen roll with Pirtle. OG backs up at the top of the key, picks up his dribble. Good deep by the Sixers, but then House collides with Scotty Barnes. They've got a little list going, a little characteristic that they had during the Nurse years. Tom Thibodeau's teams have done this. It's almost the Raptors. Not the Sixers are playing some really good D there. That's what brought it to mind, and that is they guard, and it's almost like every play is a trap, where it's not. It's just that the help defender, even a guy one pass away, is kind of poised and ready to give help. And that's, to me, that's what the Nurse teams defensively look like in years past. All kinds of schemes against Embiid. Thibodeau's teams, whether it's the Knicks, Chicago, Minnesota, he geared the Boston defense under Doc Rivers in the 08 years. Really good defense. One free throw for them. Here's Tobias down low, and he's fouled by OG Anunoby. Actually, 2 free throws by Siakam. He's now 9 of 10. And the Sixers drop it down low right to Tobias Harris. And Harris having a career night here, at least for now. 1:07 to go. 23 points in the first half. And now for the lead. Harris with the free throw, good. First lead of the game for the Sixers, and they need it. Embiid and Maxey have combined for 19, but Tobias 24. Joel single digits here in the first half, and normally, like I said, during this roll, he's been in double digits in the first quarter. They get it into Barnes. Barnes at 14 feet, back over to Anunoby. He drives it, bounces into Pirtle. Pirtle blocked by Embiid. Jakob Pirtle turned away. Harris leads the charge. To the left side, Maxey. Joel with it in the left wing against Pirtle. Single coverage. Joel turns and faces on the wing. Looking for cutters. 12 to shoot. Jab step, ball fake, dribble move by him into the lane. Foul on Pirtle. His third foul. Joel without the explosiveness. He's limping noticeably, typically after the play. He got around Pirtle, though, outside the blue paint on the left block, and just around him enough to get the shot up. Pirtle fouled him. And now Embiid to the line for 2 free throws. He can give the Sixers a 59-56 lead. 7 points, but 6 assists for Embiid. Foul line right, free throw good. 36 seconds to go in the first half. And again, I talked to Nick Nurse, the Sixers coach, prior to the game. Remember, 2019, the Raptors, under Coach Nurse, won the NBA championship. They beat the Warriors. I asked him what that was like. Great answer. That's at the half. And then we talk about, when the season's over, the feeling. And in a picture, a famous photo at the Scotiabank Arena. Matt Murphy will have that tonight, part of my conversation with Nick Nurse. Embiid, 2 free throws, 30 seconds to go in the first half. Sixers lead 59-56. Here's Schroeder, skids to a stop, pulls up, 14-footer, good. Good dribble pull-up. Tobias Harris gave him a little space. Schroeder with his second field goal. 1-point game. Should be the final possession of the first half. Maxey picks it up with 19 seconds to go. He crosses midcourt with a right-hand dribble. Sixers going left to right. They've struggled throughout the entire first half, but they can go into the halftime locker room with the lead. Embiid with it. 5 seconds. Embiid against Schroeder. Off balance, underhand scoop, up and good with a second to go. Sixers with a 61-58 lead. A steal by Tobias. A runner at the horn, no good. What a half by Harris. Sixers by 3 at the break.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Do you have a special cause, event, or business that you want to promote? One of the best ways to get the word out is by printing your logo or design on t-shirts, hoodies, polos, hats, and more. Rush Order Tees, the official partner of the Sixers, is headquartered right here in Philadelphia and ready to help. Whether you need 1 or 1,000, screen printed or embroidered, Rush Order Tees delivers your design on your deadline. The Sixers trust our printing. You can too. Just go to rushordertees.com. That's rushordertees.com.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Jew Irish Whiskey. 40% alcohol. William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York.
Hey, Bob. How's business?
Well, my employees are out, deliveries are delayed, and customers are disgruntled.
You know what may help you?
A vacation. A puppy. A vacation to Puppy Island?
United Insurance. Their approach to oral health could mean fewer sick days.
So my employees?
Get to work.
My deliveries?
Get delivered.
My customers?
Get gruntled.
And my puppy?
Wants you to fortify your business with United Concordia Dental Insurance. So visit fortifywithucd.com for important disclosures.
Yeah, how do you make it look so easy on the court and get so many back-to-back wins?
It comes down to court domination. With over 900 lawyers nationwide and $15 billion recovered, nobody works harder than Morgan & Morgan in the paint to get the wins. No more questions.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Proud sponsor of the Philadelphia 76ers. Offices, Philadelphia.
Hey guys, Andrew Salchunas, the Chunas. Listen to me daily, Monday through Friday, 97.5 The Fanatic, midday show, 10 to 2.
It's the halftime show on the 76ers Radio Network. The halftime show is presented by Kia, movement that inspires.
Welcome back to the center here in Philadelphia, where it's the Sixers and the Raptors tonight. The last home game on this home stand this week for the 76ers, trying to end it in good fashion, and they've overcome a 15-point deficit for a 3-point lead over the Raptors at the halftime break. 61-58, fueled by 24 points in the first half alone from Tobias Harris, who made 4 threes. Welcome into the halftime show on the Sixers Radio Network. I'm Matt Murphy. We'll have some Harris highlights in the second segment of our halftime coverage. But before we get to that, here at halftime, Tom McGinnis interviewed Nick Nurse, as he does each and every game, one-on-one, and he asked him about the feeling of winning an NBA title.
You won the championship with the Raptors, and you're hoping to get there with this Sixers team. If not now, then as soon as you can, obviously. When you won the championship, you wrote in your book about, going back to the room with friends and family and strumming on the guitar, but you're at the pinnacle of your sport. You hear like Billy Donovan when he won his championships at Florida, he looked around and like, is this it? Saban was making calls after Alabama. Now that's college. You've won it in the minor leagues. It's like a magic carp ride. Did you enjoy it? Did you bask? Or like, holy crap, we made it through? Like, what was your vibe after winning it all?
Well, I think the first thing always for me is it's relief. Right, it's relief because, you do have the goal and the vision, and you get up every day for a lot of days in a row at the start of a season, and your goal is to get there. And I always think when that buzzer sounds, that it's over. Like that run of that team, that season is over. I mean, yeah, certainly, like, I've been through it before, and everybody says, oh, it isn't the same. But it's been the same. State high school championship to the NBA to British to D-League, whatever it was, they all feel the same because your goal when you start that season is to get there. And you got to find a way, right? Or you got to make a way there, or whatever it is. And then when that's done, it's done. And you know that the next season's going to bring another challenge and a whole nother journey, and that's kind of what you do as a guy that does it for many, many, many years.
Right. Well put. And lastly, you've seen it 100 times. I've seen it 50 in Toronto, in the hallway. It's that picture of the old coach of the Leafs. They won the cup. He's got a plastic glass of champagne. Yeah. The Stanley Cup is sitting on the desk, and on the board, it's old chalkboard. It says, no practice tomorrow. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's it. It's just amazing. A little different in the NBA because I wasn't really ready I didn't really envision or think about the stuff that afterwards, because there's so much afterwards. Right. Like, you win a title in the G League, and you're probably on the golf course the next day. You're not planning a parade, and you're not going here and there to make appearances and all this stuff that comes with that. But yeah, certainly the balls get put away. The mind that's been racing, watching film and game planning constantly for days and days and days, it just stops. It actually gets a little quiet. Yeah, right. It does get a little quiet because it is such a high motor that you're using for so many months during the playoffs.
Fantastic stuff from 76ers head coach Nick Nurse, the former champion coach with these Toronto Raptors, joining our Tom McGinnis, the radio voice of the 76ers. Tonight, it's halftime right now, and the Sixers lead Toronto 61-58 here in Philadelphia. They trailed by as many as 15 points in the middle of the first quarter. They took their first lead of the game in the final minute of the second quarter, and Tobias Harris has 24 points. We'll have some highlight calls of Tom on some Tobias baskets on the other side of a break. This is the halftime show. Sixers leading the Raptors 61-58 on the Sixers Radio Network.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic. Join the Junior 76ers Kids Club presented by Five Below today. Sign up for a free rookie membership or join as an all-star member for your very own Junior 76ers welcome kit featuring a Tyrese Maxey poster, a Junior 76ers blanket, croc charms, and more. As a Junior 76ers Kids Club all-star member, your child will also receive access to exclusive member events throughout the season. Sign up today at Sixers.com/Kids Club.
This Christmas, the NBA is giving you 5 straight gift-wrapped, action-packed games. The Knicks and Bucks tip off the action. Then the Warriors and Nuggets take holiday hoops to new heights. We've got a Christmas classic with Lakers versus Celtics. Then the festivities keep going with the Sixers and Heat. And the Suns and Mavs cap off the night by going missile toe-to-toe. That's why this season's best gift is the gift of games. Don't miss the NBA on Christmas Day. Games begin at 12 p.m. Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
Hey, Bob, how's business?
Well, my employees are out, deliveries are delayed, and customers are disgruntled.
You know what may help you?
A vacation, a puppy, vacation to Puppy Island?
United Concordia Dental Insurance. Their approach to oral health could mean fewer sick days.
So my employees?
Get to work.
My deliveries?
Get delivered.
My customers?
Get gruntled.
And my puppy?
Wants you to fortify your business with United Concordia Dental Insurance. So visit fortifywithucd.com for important disclosures.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Hey, it's Tyrone Johnson from The Best Show Ever. Join us weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Welcome back to the 76ers halftime show on the Sixers radio network. I'm Matt Murphy, and the Sixers lead the Toronto Raptors here in Philadelphia 61-58. Tobias Harris has 24 first-half points. They trailed by as many as 15, and they're without a number of players, including starters DeAnthony Melton and Nick Batum, but they come back to lead by 3 at halftime over the visiting Toronto Raptors. Let's have a listen to a few of the highlights. There's a holiday celebration going on at midcourt here at the Center, the final home game of 2023 for the Philadelphia 76ers, but Harris was the guy on 8 of 12 shooting. He made 4 threes. We'll hear one of those. But first, in a first quarter where he scored 11 of his 24 points from inside the arc while Toronto was still leading, Tobias Harris near single-handedly helped the Sixers get back into it.
House and Covington are there, and Covington knocks it away. Here's Tobias, and Harris with a layup. Into the lane, 2 defenders, Anunoby and Siakam are there, and Tobias Harris twisting to the left, lays it up with the left hand, and in.
Still trailing 29-20 at that point. The Sixers would still trail by 9 after the completion of the first quarter, 37-28. But the second quarter, Harris scored even more, 13 in the second. The Sixers would outscore the Raptors 33-21 to build this 3-point halftime edge. And the three-point shooting, he went 4 of 5. His previous season high for threes in a game was 3. Well, he started 3 for 3 in this game, and a season high already. 3-pointers for Tobias Harris.
Embiid thought about a 3, drives it back to Harris. Harris against Scotty Barnes to Joel. Here's Tobias for 3. It's good. What a game for Tobias Harris. 4 for 4 from 3. He ties it at 54. Embiid with his 5th assist. Sixers doubling. Timeout, Toronto.
Started 3 for 3, then 4 for 4 to tie it at 54. And then he, with an and one, gave the Sixers their first lead of the game with only 1:07 left in the second quarter. Sixers up 61-58 at halftime, led by Harris's 24 points. Maxey with 12, Embiid with 11. Siakam for Toronto has 17, and Jakob Poeltl has 15. Sixers by 3 here at the break. We'll take a quick break. This is the 76ers halftime show on the Sixers radio network.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The annual Sixers Youth Foundation Gala is back. Save the date. This year's event will be held on January 17th at the Please Touch Museum in Philadelphia. It'll include appearances by 76ers players, coaches, and front office staff, as well as other special guest appearances. All funds from this year's gala support the Sixers Youth Foundation partnerships with local nonprofit organizations. This will be a night you do not want to miss. So visit SixersYouthFoundation.org to learn more today.
If you've lost your confidence because of dentures, missing, or failing teeth, the elite team of doctors at Dentistry for Life can give you back that smile you've been missing in just one day.
I was embarrassed to smile.
Join the thousands of people who are smiling again because of dental implants.
If your teeth are causing you grief, you need to call Dentistry for Life today.
Let Dentistry for Life, the official dentist of the Philadelphia 76ers, give you your smile back in just one day. Visit PhiladelphiaImplantCenter.com to schedule your free smile consultation, and let's get started on a healthier, happier you.
So tell us a little bit more about the Morgan & Morgan law practice.
We sitting here talking about law practice? It's not a game. Not a game. With over 900 lawyers nationwide and $15 billion recovered, we got full court domination.
No more questions.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Proud sponsor of the Philadelphia 76ers. Offices, Philadelphia.
Pennsylvanians are creating their own soundtrack. Thanks to PA Lottery Scratch-Offs, excitement's back. Pennies, nickels, dimes, or quarters, no matter your choice, scratching's always in order. With big top prizes and second chance drawings, thrills await. They're out there calling. If it's excitement you seek and you're looking for action, play the PA Lottery. And keep on scratching. Must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Hey, Bob Cooney here. Check out the John Kincaid Show, weekdays from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Matt Murphy wrapping up our halftime show on the Sixers radio network. The Sixers lead the Raptors 61-58 behind 24 points from Tobias Harris. Their first lead was 57-56. Right now, 61-58, they lead the Raptors, and Tom McGinnis has the third quarter action coming up in a minute on the Sixers radio network.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, it's Amanda, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A nugget trays is that they're so easy for the holidays. They're warm and flavorful. It's always a crowd pleaser. When I put down a nugget tray, everyone is happy.
Hey, this is Brian, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is the joy that it brings to me and everybody around me during the holidays. They're warm, juicy, and delicious.
Cater the holidays with Chick-fil-A today. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheet. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheet. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo from The Best Show Ever. Check us out weekdays from 2 till 6 p.m. only on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The Raptors from three-point territory over the last three games, only 31%. And tonight at the half, worse. 4 of 17, 23%. Whereas the Sixers have made 7 threes. And that 7 out of 16 plays out to 44% for Philadelphia. Harris is 4 of 5. Maxi's 2 of 5. Again, Kelly Oubre started for the injured DeAnthony Melton. Oubre with 5 points. Morris in for Batum. With Marcus Morris with 4. Sixers are going to have the ball. Oubre, Maxey, Harris, Morris, and Abid Joel, 11 points. And Sixers going right to left. Maxey brings it up. Schroeder applying some pressure. Maxey zigzags across midcourt, delivers to Morris. 8 seconds on the opening possession. Blow by Embiid, but he missed a layup. He still gets it with 3, and then it's up and no good. Moving a little gingerly as he gets back. Moved well on offense, and he didn't get back to guard Pirtle, and Pirtle with a layup. So Jakob Pirtle blows by Embiid in the lane. And with that, Pirtle was 17. He's got, for Pirtle, the best game of the season going here. Sixers going right to left. Their lead is 1. Here's Morris for 3, and that's good. Over the outstretched arm of Siakam along the far sideline. Morris for 3, his first 3. That gives the Sixers a 4-point lead. Toronto going left to right. Schroeder with Barnes and Pirtle in the lane. Here's Pirtle with a runner, no good. Morris with a rebound. They have Siakam and Anunoby, the forwards. Sixers by 4, 1:15 gone by in the third. Tobias Harris with 24 points, the most he had in one half since 2021. I may have said 2022, but in over 3 years. Has it on the dribble, pulls up on Pirtle, and that's good. He's 9 of 13. In that case, he shot over a taller defender. That makes you oftentimes put a little more arc on it, and it worked. 12-footer by Harris. Sixers by 6, their largest lead. Raptors in black going left to right. Siakam on the left wing, fouled by Oubre. Second foul on Kelly Oubre. Sixers won by 14 here Wednesday. They went into the third quarter up 3 on Minnesota, and then had a 10-0 run in the middle of the quarter with Maxey delivering big time. Pulled away from the Wolves. Minnesota came in with the #1 defense in the NBA. They played and defeated the Lakers last night, Minnesota. Here's Anunoby on a drive, knocks into Kelly Oubre, and that's an offensive foul. So Oubre called for a foul earlier in that sequence, and then, as I say, the recipient of a push by Anunoby, and now the turnover for the Raptors, their 9th, and the Sixers with the ball, and they're going to let Tobias Harris bring it across. He goes to Joel Embiid to the right of the key, back to Harris, and now a backdoor cut by Oubre, but Harris throws it away. A flip-flop of turnovers nets Toronto the ball. Barnes on a transition for 3. That rims off no good. Scotty Barnes, 2 of 6 from 3. Only has 3 field goals in the game. Maxey against Schroeder. Schroeder's got the ability to stay with him speed-wise. Maxey gets it back from Embiid, but this time blows by everybody and gets a layup. Raptors call timeout. Maxey went by Schroeder, then Siakam, then Pirtle, and made it look easy. 14 for Maxey. Sixers by 8. Timeout, Toronto. 9:32 to go. Third quarter, biggest lead by the Sixers, beginning to slowly build momentum. Second half action continues right after this.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic. Hey Sixers fans, now there's a credit card that's designed just for you. With the new official rewards credit card of the Philadelphia 76ers, you earn points with every purchase. Then redeem those points for exclusive 76ers prizes, including game tickets, merchandise, exclusive memorabilia, and unforgettable VIP experiences like dinner with a 76ers legend, an away game trip, access to a pregame on-court appearance, and access to watch warm-ups courtside. To apply, just visit 76ers.courtsiderewards.com/apply.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar. Hey, what's everyone drinking? 30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks. Cheers! 5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
This is how you win. Parx Casino is the official local casino partner of the Philadelphia 76ers, and we're excited to bring fans what they love most, winning. Parx is the #1 casino in Pennsylvania with the hottest live tables, slot machines, dining, bars, and headline entertainment. Visit parxcasino.com for more info, and be sure to follow Parx Casino on all your favorite social media platforms to be the first to know what we have going on. This is how you win. 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get ready, because here come the 76ers. From the first bucket to the final play, you can be there for all the live 76ers basketball action. Shop the widest selection of seats available, or sell your seats when you can't make the game at Ticketmaster, the only official ticketing partner of the Philadelphia 76ers. Get ready to cheer on the 76ers live at the center. Score or sell seats today at Ticketmaster.com/76ers.
Hey, it's Pat Egan from the John Kincaid Show. Listen to us weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m. on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Sixers by 8, 9:32 to go in the third. Help Penn Medicine and the Sixers box out cancer by getting screened. Yearly outcomes, yearly screenings beginning at age 45 can assist in early detection and may improve outcomes. That's why Penn Medicine and the Sixers are committed to helping 7,600 local residents access breast and colon cancer screenings. For more info on upcoming screening events, visit pennmedicine.org/boxoutcancer. Raptors with the ball, they call timeout. Here's Schroeder to the lane, bumped by Oubre, and a foul. Schroeder's done that a number of times, and by that I mean dribble the ball like into the lane. They're attacking left to right, and when he gets in front of the dribble and he gets in front of the defender, he, with the dribble, kind of keeps the defender. He did it to Maxey a couple of times in the first half on his backside, and then he, in a way, he's kind of got the defender, because when he puts on the brakes, it forces the defender to run right into him. Oubre couldn't avert that. Oubre now has 3 fouls, second on the Sixers. Schroeder goes to the line, and he makes the first free throw. Again, Schroeder went over 10,000 points 5 days ago in a win or in a game against Atlanta. Part of the gold medal winning German squad in the FIBA competition over the most recent summer. Pirtle with 2 free throws. He's 6'1", 172. He's in his 11th year. He's had 20 assists and 4 turnovers against the Sixers in the first 2 games in 66 minutes. Tonight, 4 assists. Air ball by Embiid. The free throws by Schroeder make it a 6-point game. Here comes Siakam to the left side. Barnes wide open for 3. Way short. Boy, a lot of his attempts. And he's tried 7 threes. 5 of them have been short. Maxey with it to Tobias Harris. Straight away. 3-ball. That's short. No good. And with that exchange, Toronto gets it back. They're on the move, playing offense in front of their bench here in the second half. Pirtle to Anunoby. OG Anunoby guarded by Marcus Morris. Anunoby in the game so far with 8 points. Pulls up from the left to the key, and that's good. They call that a 20-footer. Toronto at 45% from the field. They've cut the Sixers lead to 4. Maxey quickly going to work into the right corner by the Sixers bench, guarded by Pirtle. With a big man on him, he tries to take him off the bounce. Does finger roll up and good. Got him right where he wanted him. Drove him out and then drove by him. Right-hand layup by Maxey. He's 7 of 12. Sixers by a half a dozen. 4 minutes gone by in the third. Raptors ball. Barnes long 2 straight away. Rattles in and out. Embiid with the board. His 6th rebound. Maxey across midcourt. House will be on in a moment for the Sixers. Maxey off an Embiid screen to left side Oubre. He fires. 3-point shot. Got it. Left-handed tray. Kelly Oubre turns to the crowd. And with that, the Sixers go up by 9. Oubre with his second 3. 9 made threes by the Sixers. Here's Siakam quickly on the attack down low left, and he banked it in. Siakam with 19 to lead 3 double-figure scores for them. Sixers ball. Maxey to the near side. Harris. He'll try it. That's up and good. Line drive triple. The Sixers 10 threes in the game. And with that, it's 76-66. 10-point game. Pirtle with it. Embiid came over to double. Nobody guarded him. And Pirtle with a dive cut right to the rim. Good play by Siakam. A little bit of miscommunication by the Sixers. Pirtle now with 19. Joel with it. Back to Maxey. Harris on the move. Attacking Barnes off the bounce. To the right elbow Embiid. Turns, faces, doubled. He goes to Harris. Blocked by Siakam. Ball loose. Pirtle pulls it down. Good rotation there by the Raps. Here's Siakam in space. To the left side, Barnes. Back to a trailing OG Anunoby. And a slam right down the middle of the lane. OG Anunoby. Good defense by the Raptors. And Anunoby getting a 2-hand slam. They had numbers. 6-point game. Sixers with it to Harris. Joel with it. Thought about a 3. Making a move into the lane on Pirtle. Off balance. Tough shot. No good. Embiid not getting the fouls tonight. He's only taken 3 free throws. Here's Barnes by everybody. Flies into the air and a foul. And that'll be on Harris, I believe. Side out for Toronto as they inadvertently clicked heels, Harris and Barnes. So Scotty Barnes limping a little bit. Out goes Oubre. Daniel House Jr. out of Texas A&M is in the game. 6:08 to go in the third, and now they're saying that Barnes was in the act of shooting. What? He flipped the ball up as a bit of an afterthought, but they give him in the act of shooting. Brickin' for Chicken is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. It's an in-arena promotion, but again, it won't happen here as the free throw is good. Again, if an opposing player misses 2 free throws in the second half of a Sixers home game, everybody can win a 5-count Chick-fil-A nugget meal, and that includes you. So not here as the free throw is good. But again, download the Chick-fil-A app to redeem. If in fact that occurs, we'll let you know. 2 free throws by Barnes. Raptors have attempted 20 free throws, the Sixers 11. A dramatic reversal of what typically occurs here at home. The Sixers the number 2 free throw shooting team in the league percentage-wise. Right at the top in attempts. Covington's in the game. He gets it to Morris. Raptors can't guard Embiid, and Joel with a leg. Oh, man, he comes out of there limping a little bit, but Joel lays it right over the rim. Only 5 field goals for Embiid. Sixers by 6. Schroeder off the screen, gets Maxey behind him as he's done before, as mentioned, and now pulls up the shot. No good. Rebound Covington. Sixers in red, going right to left. Maxey in the lane to beat. Down the lane, layup up, good, and a foul. And he's fouled by Pirtle, and B with a spurt. He's got to sit down on the stanchion, as this ankle is really giving Embiid problems. Again, the Sixers, their next action is Monday night, Christmas night, Miami, Florida, 8 o'clock. Timeout on the court. Embiid's going to shoot a free throw. The Sixers have hit the 80-point mark. We have 5.5 to go in the third, and Embiid is going to go to the line, but we've got a stoppage, a break in the action. With a timeout on the court, our score, the Sixers 80 and the Raptors 72. Our coverage continues along the 76ers radio network.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, fellow Sixers fans, it's Dave Keller from David Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Have you ever wondered why it's so gosh darn hard to buy a car? We all know the prices, we know the trade values, you know the interest rates, so what are we goofing around for? Well, you won't get that with me. Online, on the phone, in person, just pick out a car and I'll get you a price you love. No jokes, no games, and great cars. Jeeps, Rams, Dodges, Chryslers, and hundreds of certified used cars. Hey, isn't it time you buy the car the way you should? And that's why I've always been your dealer, even if you didn't know it yet.
No matter what the weather, most of us need to get on the road every day and get going. So we need tires to depend on in any condition. No one understands that better than the dependable people at Mavis Discount Tire. At Mavis, we believe nothing builds more confidence while driving than having the right tires at the right price, so you can confidently handle the road ahead. Roll in for $200 off select sets of 4 Goodyear tires. Visit us at mavis.com.
Hey, this is Travis Kelce, NFL tight end and proud member of the Lowe's home team. Lowe's knows when you've got the best price, you've already won. That's why we offer the lowest price guarantee. If you find a better price online or in-store, we'll match it. Now you can score on the top brands from the Lowe's home team picks, like Scotts, LG, and DeWalt. So take on your projects with confidence. Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retail partner of the NFL.
Price match applies to same item, current price of qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at Lowe's.com/lowest price guarantee.
Hey, I came as fast as I could. What's wrong?
Everything's okay. I just need you to know I'm glowing up.
You just texted SOS Get Here Now.
And I stand by that because I switched to Cricket and got the all-new Motorola Razr. I have entered my flip era, and I am glowing up.
I'm gonna go back home.
I support that.
Switch to Cricket and get the all-new Motorola Razr for $199.99. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Must open a new line on a $60 a month voice plan. First month service charge and tax to sale. Fees, terms, and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
Hey, this is Ray Dunn. You can catch me weekdays 10 to 2 with Andrew Salchunas right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
A lot of youngsters on hand here. Sellout crowd, 20,230. Great family environment. And speaking of which, join the Junior 76ers Kids Club presented by Five Below. Sign up your child for a Kids Club membership, and you'll receive a welcome kit, which includes a Tyrese Maxey poster, a basketball, and more. Plus, you'll gain access to exclusive member events and activities throughout the season. For more information, visit junior76erskidsclub.com. To the line for the Sixers, Joel Embiid. Tobias Harris with 29 points. Maxey was 16. Embiid's got 15. Joel 3 for 3 for the line. He's capping off a three-point play. And he does make the free throw. Morris, Covington, Maxey, Embiid, and House. Embiid now 16 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. Toronto in black. They're going left to right. They're down by 9. OG Anunoby looking for Siakam, who comes out to the wing. The Sixers double-team Siakam. He goes to Pirtle. Pirtle cross-court skip to Trent. Back to the near side. Siakam for 3. Rimming short. Long rebound. Raptors get it. Into the lane. Siakam driving, and House cuts him off, but a foul. Long 3 led to a long rebound, and it was Trent able to wheel in there in the middle, get it. Siakam got it back, angle drive, collides with House. Siakam is 9 of 10 for the line. He'll shoot 2. Pascal Siakam. The Raptors are shooting 90% from the line, 18 of 20. See our old friend Billy Duffy, one of the agents in the NBA, seated courtside right by the Raptors bench. Ticketmaster, the official ticketing partner of the Philadelphia 76ers. Ticketmaster with the widest selection of seats so you never miss a game. And when you can't make it easily sell your seats to another fan, head to Ticketmaster.com/76ers to buy or sell your tickets today. Billy Duffy went to the U. He was a longtime friend of the late Flip Saunders, known for about 30 years. Outside Marcus Morris, free throws by Siakam, good. Daniel House with it back to Morris. Sixers with 8 to shoot into Embiid. Fade away from 13 straight away, good. Good touch by Embiid. He's limping noticeably with the right leg. Embiid, though, makes it 83-74. Siakam with the dribble into the lane. House knocks it away. Loose goes to the far sideline. And Schroeder, they're going to say it went off the chest of a Raptors player, and the Sixers get it. Courtney Kirkland with the call. Ray Acosta and Scott Twardowski, the other referees. Nick Nurse going up against his old ball club. 4.5 to go. Sixers struggled early on, down by as many as 15. They've been up by as many as 10. They're leading by 9 now. They have the ball. 12 to shoot. 4:20 in the third. Embiid with a shot in the lane with a fadeaway, no good. Foul called on Gary Trent. He was guarding House beyond the white painted three-point arc. And Embiid within the lane. Trent reaching and drew the foul. Embiid will be foul line left for 2. Sixers can go up by 10 or 11 if Embiid makes them both. And the free throw is good. Elsewhere, Brooklyn playing host to Denver. Nets up 2. Atlanta in Miami, 5-point lead for the Heat. Houston leads Dallas by 6. Later, the Wizards will be at Washington. And Phoenix is in Sacramento. Embiid with 2 free throws. He's got 20 points. Off night, and he's got 20 points. Sixers with their biggest lead of the game, up 11. And now the D. Schroeder with it to the left side, Pirtle. Pirtle dribbles, pulls up in the lane. Wide to the right, no good. Can't hold down his own miss. Almost had the rebound, but Maxey gets it. Sixers advance it out top to Covington into the lane. Embiid turns into a double up fake there with Olanobi and Pirtle, and it's good. Embiid again limping back, but another nice move. He's now 8 of 15. Big third quarter for Joel. Sixers by 13. Sixers trying to go 3-0 against the Raptors in the season series. One more game in March in Toronto. Here's Schroeder through traffic. Out top Trent. Ball fake. Sidestep to the defender. 3-point shot. Got it. That's his specialty. Gary Trent with his second 3 in this game. And on the year, Trent 25 games, 47 threes. Sixers by 10. Maxey to Embiid. Joel dribbles, sidesteps the defender, 3-point shot, and that's good. So Embiid is now finding the range. He's got 25 points. That's his first tray. The 11th for the Sixers. Schroeder fakes. He drives it out top to Siakam. Siakam on the perimeter to Trent. 3 minutes to go. Maxey gets a hand into the passing lane and deflects it out of bounds. Achua, Barnes, and Malachi Flynn will come in for the Raptors. Maxey and Morris go out. Furkan Korkmaz coming in. Korkmaz got some action in the first half. Furkan played 3 minutes with 2 points. Sixers are missing Beverly, Batum, and Melton tonight. Also Mo Bamba out. So having to make some personnel adjustments. Play is stopped. I believe there's a spill or perspiration on the court. So House is in the corner borrowing a towel from the Raptors bench. And like I said, House, he's a character. Whatever he's saying is cracking up the members of the Raptors bench. One of the players for Toronto, the rookie out of Kansas, Grady Dick, who played in the first 2 matchups, he's kind of fallen out of the rotation. And since the 2 teams have played all the way back in early November, Malachi Flynn is in the lineup now. He's out there currently. 3 minutes to go, Sixers by 13. Trent for 3 from straight away, and that's good. Boy, yes, you give him a little bit of room and he knocks it out. So that for the Raptors, they're 6-3. Trent with 3 of them. And with that, it's a 90-80 score. Harris has a big game going for the Sixers. 29 for Tobias. Raptors are in a zone defense. Furkan back over to Tobias on the right side. And now Embiid with it with 2 guys around him. Step back shot by Joel is good. Embiid with double coverage from out front, and he pours it in. Harris has matched his season high with 29, but we have 14 minutes to play. 92-80. Embiid now with 27 points in the game. Malachi Flynn out top to Trent. Barnes screens. Trent double covered. Back to Barnes. Lob play. Precious Achiuwa baseline right. Hammers it in. Achiuwa is 6'8", the 20th pick in 2020 of the Heat, with an alley-oop from Scotty Barnes. Our NJM drive of the game. Harris with it to Embiid. Embiid into the middle of their zone. To the near corner, Covington. Down low, House. 5 to shoot. House dribbles away from the basket. Went to the far side near the scores table. 3 on the clock. He fakes. He passes to Embiid, but it's off his leg. Not a good possession for the Sixers. Turnover. Siakam the other way. Off the window and in. Pascal Siakam, 6 field goals, 23 points. Raptors making an 8-point game. 1:20 to go in this third quarter. Tobias Harris with it. Covington for 3 over Barnes, and that's off the rim. Rebound Achiuwa. Raptors with numbers. 4-on-3 run out left to right. Here's Siakam to the corner. Trent. Catch and shoot Trey. Oh, no good, but the rebound of Achiuwa. Blocked by Embiid. Goes right back to Trent for 3, and that's good. It was as if it was a pass. Embiid swatted it so emphatically on Achiuwa, but Trent was right there. He caught it, baseline left by their bench. Boom, he put it in. 92-87. That's a big turn of events. Trent now 2 threes here in the quarter. House into the lane to Furkan. Another turnover. The 11th for the Sixers. Siakam to Barnes. Back to Siakam. 2-hand slam. Scotty Barnes with the dish. And Pascal Siakam, he and Trent with a run that is the Raptors within 3. It was 90-80. And now it's 92-89. So a 9-2 run by the Raps. Embiid with it. In on Achiuwa. Powers up. Puts it on the glass. No good. Foul, though, on Toronto with half a minute to go in the third. Embiid with 32 straight games with at least 20 points. And if he makes these free throws, he'll have 29. He once again nears 30. But only Iverson and Chamberlain, Allen Iverson 57 and Wilt 47, have had longer streaks of 20-point games dating, well, in Sixers franchise history. Embiid had 25 straight games to start. He's had 25 to start this season. There's so many streaks by Embiid. It's so impressive. I mean, really record-setting stuff, at least franchise-wise, for the Sixers MVP center Joel Embiid. Led the team in scoring in 8 straight games. He just went 1 for 2 for the line, so he's 7 of 8. That would have tied him with Harris for the game-high scoring lead. 18 seconds to go in the third. Sixers by 4. Flynn to Siakam, but it goes through his hands to Achiuwa, and Achiuwa is fouled by Embiid. The Sixers came like 1 split second or 1 foot away from coming up with that ball, but Achiuwa got it, and then Joel fouled. Achiuwa got on him because of that awkward bounce, and Embiid with the foul, his first of the game. Here's Precious Achiuwa, only 58% from the line, so he's a brick it for chicken candidate, and the free throw is long, too strong. It's like he shot it so quick, he thought maybe he could get it up there before the crowd caught wind of it. Well, they know. They got the thunder sticks out, white, narrow balloons clapping together. By the way, you never want your kids to bring those home. They are annoying. You're going to sneak them out if you ever do. And Achiuwa misses, and everybody's going to win a Chick-fil-A 5-count meal. First, though, 5 seconds to go. Sixers ball. Harris at the horn for 3. It's up and no good. After 3 quarters of play here in Philadelphia, the Sixers 93 and the Raptors 89. Embiid had 17 points in the third quarter. We go to the fourth, brought to you by Toyota. This is the Sixers Radio Network.
Sixers basketball. on 97.5 The Fanatic.
When it comes to your physical health, you want a physical therapist you can trust. That's NovaCare Rehabilitation. NovaCare is the preferred provider of physical therapy to the Sixers. NovaCare's experienced team works with athletes and fans alike to help keep you at the top of your game. With over 150 convenient locations throughout the Delaware Valley and South Jersey, access to expert care is easier than ever. Go to NovaCare.com to request an appointment today. The Sixers trust NovaCare, and so can you. NovaCare, the power of physical therapy.
If you remember when holiday music started in December, it may be time for your annual cancer screening. Screening tests for both men and women can help detect cancer early or even before you have symptoms. Ask your healthcare team to schedule your screening and to learn more about your personal risk of cancer. Visit penncancer.org/prevention to schedule.
If you're a Sixers fan, you expect the best. So that's why there is only one poker app for you. PokerStars is America's #1 poker app with more games, more players, more chances to win, and the most generous rewards program in the game. Plus, new customers now get $150 in free play. Download the app and sign up today. 21 plus and present NPA opt-in and poker wager required within 5 days of sign-up. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable poker tournament tickets and casino site credit that expire in 7 days. See terms at PokerStars.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for confidential help.
If you remember when holiday music started in December, it may be time for your annual cancer screening. Screening tests for both men and women can help detect cancer early or even before you have symptoms. Ask your healthcare team to schedule your screening and to learn more about your personal risk of cancer. Visit penncancer.org/prevention to schedule.
If you're a Sixers fan, you expect the best. So that's why there is only one poker app for you. PokerStars is America's #1 poker app with more games, more players, more chances to win, and the most generous rewards program in the game. Plus, new customers now get $150 in free play. Download the app and sign up today. 21 plus and present NPA opt-in and poker wager required within 5 days of sign-up. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable poker tournament tickets and casino site credit that expire in 7 days. See terms at PokerStars.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for confidential help.
Hey, it's John Kincaid. Mornings with the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. Right here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Sixers lead by 4 after 3. This Rap fourth quarter is brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your Toyota RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go Sixers. Paul Reed in the game, along with Kelly Oubre. Dennis Schroeder with it to the left side. Otto Porter. Only 5 on the clock. Opening possession. Gary Trent for 3. No good. And Reed with a rebound. Again, the Sixers are sporting red uniforms. The Raptors are in black. The Sixers have the ball. Maxi's got 16 points. Tobias Harris had 24 at halftime. He's got 29 now. That matches his season high. He's out there with Covington, Maxey, Reed, and Oubre. Only 3 on the clock, and Harris with a floater up and good. Bit of a desperation line drive runner inside the foul stripe and in. 31 for Harris. He carried the Sixers early. He helps them take a 6-point lead now. Here's Schroeder with an underhand attempt. No good. Rolls off, and the Sixers with a rebound. Covington with the board. Outlets to Maxey. Maxey turns on the Jets. Left-hand layup. Good. Got inside the shoulder of Gary Trent, and Maxey shifts to the offhand and lays it in. 18 for Maxey. Oftentimes he has a big start to the fourth offensively with Embiid on the bench. Toronto moving it around the perimeter to Trent. Now to Schroeder for 3, and that rims out no good. They're at 7 of 26, 27% from 3. Sixers have made 4 more threes, 5 more field goals total. They lead by 8. They have it with Reed into the lane, Euro step. He ends up elbowing Schroeder, knocked him down, and he laid it in. Paul Reed, not quite a Euro to get around Schroeder. He ended up colliding with him, but he got the hoop. For Reed, his first field goal in the game. Sixers by 10. Here's Scotty Barnes with a turnaround. That's no good. Loose ball picked up by Oubre. He can't hold on, and Reed gets it. Hustle play. The Sixers on the move. So the 76ers with Tobias Harris. His career high is 39. He's got 31. Drives it. Trent Reed. Tobias makes him pay, but coming around is Barnes to block it. And Barnes on the drive into the lane, knocked away by Covington. Boy, Covington's hands are amazing. He leads the NBA in deflections. He's right up there in deflections and steals. And he tipped that ball away. So that only Covington, only 15 points over the last 8 games. Raptors are going to inbound. Of course, it's his second stint with the Sixers. 9.5 to go in the ball game. 99-89. The Raptors had a 9-2 run a moment ago, but now the Sixers up 10. Here's Schroeder down the lane. Out to Porter, 7 on the clock. Porter trying to get around Covington. Finally nudges to the baseline. No good, and a foul on Robert Covington. That'll be his 4th foul. First on the Sixers in the 4th. Otto Porter Jr., who, as I mentioned earlier, had barely played over the last 2 years. He did not play Wednesday, and he's only had 3 two-point field goals in 130 minutes this year. Free throw is up and good. He'll shoot one more, and don't forget, thanks to Bet Parks, the official winning partner of the Sixers, if the Sixers win, you win with Bet Parks. Once the 76ers win, download the free Bet Parks app. Enter the promo code post on 76ers social after the game to get your free Bet Parks bonus. T&Cs apply. See website for more details. You've got to be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Free throws by the Raptors. Porter goes 2 for 2. Sixers by 8. 3 minutes gone by. Half court. Maxey and the Sixers attacking his own floater in the lane. Good. Right into the heart of that zone defense. And Maxey now with 20. Sixers lead by 10 again. 101-91. First team to 100. It's the Sixers. Half court for Toronto. Sellout crowd over 20,300 on hand. Reaching from behind is Oubre. That's a foul. Again, the Sixers won their first game of the year. It was up in Toronto on October 28th. They won by 7, 114-107. Then they played them here on November 2nd, and they won by 15, 114-99. Here's Oubre getting the ball back. Throws it into the middle. Covington across midcourt. Harris down the lane. A two-hand slam. He blows by Scotty Barnes. Tobias Harris, 33 points. The veteran out of Long Island, New York. He went to college in Knoxville, Tennessee for the Volunteers of the University of Tennessee. He's a Sixer, and he scores. Sixers up by 12, their largest lead. Timeout Raptors. We'll return in a moment. 8:30 to go in the ball game. This is the Sixers Radio Network.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hello, Jan from Toyota here.
Hi, Jan. Just wanted to say thanks. With the Grand Highlander we got at Toyotathon, we've been able to do so much, including 5 different ski trips, 4 family functions, 3 potlucks, 2 shopping sprees, and we even got a really big tree.
Wow, I'm really impressed.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 5th. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 2nd. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Oh, bells, bells, all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, bells, bells, all the way.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Happy holidays from NJM.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
If you're a Sixers fan, you expect the best. So that's why there is only one poker app for you. PokerStars is America's #1 poker app with more games, more players, more chances to win, and the most generous rewards program in the game. Plus, new customers now get $150 in free play. Download the app and sign up today. 21 plus and present NPA opt-in and poker wager required within 5 days of sign up. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable poker tournament tickets and casino site credit that expire in 7 days. See terms at pokerstars.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER for confidential help.
Parks Casino, the #1 casino in Pennsylvania, is the official local casino partner of your Philadelphia 76ers. The 2 best brands in the region are bringing fans more fun, more wins, and more excitement. Celebrate the victories of the 76ers this season with Parks Casino. Don't forget to tune in to 76ers games to get in on the Parks offers for fans. Looking for an awesome game day destination? Visit Parks to watch your favorite teams at the Liberty Bell Gastropub or Beer Garden. This is how you win. 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey guys, Andrew Salchunas, the Chunas. Listen to me daily, Monday through Friday, 97.5 The Fanatic, midday show, 10 to 2.
Festive atmosphere here at the center as the Sixers playing host to the Toronto Raptors. Raptors will bring it up, and as they do, we pause 10 seconds for station ID.
This is Sixers basketball.
And the Sixers win.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station.
Toronto with possession. They go into Anunoby. He splits two defenders and feeds Achua. So good action off the ball with Precious Achua cutting in for the left wing. He'd been 1 of 5. He gets the field goal. Anunoby with the assist. And the Raptors cut it to 10. 8:08 to go. Tom McGinnis with the call. We're live at the center with over 20,300 on hand. One of the biggest crowds of the year. Maxey to Kelly Oubre. Reach in on Gary Trent Jr. Their first foul in the fourth. Trent with 3. Again, part of the storyline. Sixers struggle early. Down 15. Embiid in the opening quarter, only 7 points. But now Joel has 28 points. Tobias Harris has been a standout star tonight. He's got 33. Maxey with 20. Sixers with the ball leading by 10 with 8 minutes to go. And here's an off-balance shot by Harris. No good. Knocked down on the play. No whistle. Toronto has it to a trailing Otto Porter. He fires for 3, and that's no good. Achua with the offensive rebound. Back out top to Schroeder. To the left side, Trent. 3-point field goal in the air, and good. They move it to their best 3-point marksman. He has his 5th 3 in the game. He has 5 made threes of their 8 total. And with that, it's 103-96. Not out of the woods yet for the Sixers. Here's Maxey with a runner off the glass. Good. Maxey uses all different panels, like 6 different spots on the board. High arcing off the glass. Good. 22 for Maxey. 10 of 15 from the field. Raptors to OG Anunoby for 3. Short, no good. And like I say, they have missed in the game 21 threes. And I'll bet, without using the data analytics, but a bunch of those are way short. Maxey for 3. Way out top, no good. Paul Reed gets the rebound, and Reed into the lane. He's fouled by Porter. So Maxey took a 3 from out top. He missed it long. It went off the back flange, they call it, of the rim. Paul Reed got the rebound. He knocked down Gary Trent. Trent is still talking to Ray Acosta, and Reed is going to the line. One of the stops in the upcoming trip, Orlando, the home of Paul Reed. That'll be on the 27th. First, though, the Christmas night matchup for the Sixers at Miami. You know, the NBA, obviously, that's the marquee day, right? Christmas. And several of those games, of the 5 nationally televised games, I believe 3, if not 4 of them, are first-time matchups. And in kind, it'll be the Sixers and the Heat. Miami playing host to Atlanta, 2-point game. 58-56, the Heat with a lead over the Hawks. In that one, Embiid at the table. He'll be back on in a moment. Paul Reed with 2 free throws for the Sixers. He makes them both. Sixers now 16 of 18, 89%. Maxey with Reed, Morris, Covington, and Oubre. Sixers by 11. OG Anunoby with a difficult shot. Missed it. Wide to the right. Air ball. Maxey with it. Sixers in red going right to left. Maxey top of the key. He's got Pirtle on him. Backs out the big fella. Gets it to Oubre. Now gets it back. He wants open room. Maxey dribbles, shoots, 3-point shot, up and good. He got Pirtle right where he wanted him. Dropped the trifecta, and the Sixers take their largest lead of the ball game. A 14-point cushion. Maxey with 25. Pirtle, no match for Maxey. Siakam with it down low to Trent. Fake, steps in, long 2, and that's good. Gary Trent, 1 dribble. I think he's only dribbled about 15 times the whole game, and he's got 17 points. He's a shooter. KYP, you got to know your personnel. Sixers out front, 5:50 to go. The Raptors in a 2-3 zone. Morris and Maxey. Maxey from well beyond the arc. Another 3, and he pours it in. He was closer to half court than he was to 3-point arc. Maxey connects 6 straight. He's done it again. The Sixers by 15 points. 5.5 to go. Trent with a pull-up, and that's no good. Rebound Morris. Embiid at the table. The Sixers are extending the lead with a big fella awaiting a chance to come in. If they bang in another three, he may not have to come in. The crowd is buzzing as Maxey has the ball. Maxey out top. Schroeder's on him. Dribbles. 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. He tries it one more time. And it's too long. No good. The crowd gasping in disbelief. Here's Siakam with the drive. Boy, he extends to the basket with the right hand up and in. Siakam with 25 for the Raptors. Maxey tying his sneaker. That's the only thing that could slow him down. And the Raptors and the Sixers with a timeout. 113-100. Sixers with under 5 minutes to go in the ballgame with a 13-point cushion. We'll continue in a moment. You're listening to the 76ers Radio Network.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Joe Conklin here, and I'm excited to cheer on the Philadelphia 76ers this season with Parx Casino. Parx Casino, the #1 casino in Pennsylvania, is the official local casino partner of the 76ers. That's right, 2 of the best brands in the Philadelphia area are joined together to bring fans what they love most, wins. Remember to tune into 76ers games to get in on the Parx offers for fans. And to see me live in 360 at Parx Casino. Visit parxcasino.com for tickets. This is how you win. 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello, Jan from Toyota here.
Hi, Jan. Just wanted to say thanks. With the Grand Highlander we got at Toyotathon, we've been able to do so much, including 5 different ski trips, 4 family functions, 3 potlucks, 2 shopping sprees, and we even got a really big tree.
Wow, I'm really impressed.
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 5th. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 2nd. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
And Doug.
With Liberty Mutual, you can customize and save hundreds on your car insurance. But what to buy with those savings? Yep, I bought a sound effects machine.
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com. Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Hey, it's Tyrone Johnson from The Best Show Ever. Join us weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The Sixers lead by 13 points with 4:50 to go. This RAV fourth quarter brought to you by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com to find your Toyota RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go Sixers. Tom McGinnis along with engineer Betsy Deming here at the center. Sellout crowd. Embiid is back in the game. Maxey is taking control. He's guarded by Scotty Barnes, a one-time Rookie of the Year. Marcus Morris, nobody's guarding him. Oh, the ball goes out of bounds. Somehow Maxey misfired it. And what a shame, because Morris was all alone. I thought for sure Barnes tipped it, but that's not the way it's called. And the Sixers with a turnover, they're 12th. Gary Trent has had a hot hand for them. He goes to Poeltl. Poeltl down low, no good, and B with a rebound. Jakob Poeltl was a big storyline early in the game. He had 19 points, 15 in the opening minutes. Tobias Harris jogging toward the table. He'll be back. He's got 33 points to lead the Sixers. Embiid with the ball. Embiid with a fadeaway from 20 feet, no good. He had, I believe, 17 points in the third quarter. Siakam to a trailing Anunoby. 3-point shot. Rimming out, no good. Rebound Morris. Toronto 1 and out. They're now 8 of 30 from 3. Sixers ball. Under 4 minutes to go, up 13. Bucket here could seal the deal. Maxey on the move. Maxey in the lay. Oh, man, they knock him down. He got by both Poeltl and Barnes. Anunoby come back, hit him with the body. Maxey goes in, and believe it or not, I don't think they called a foul. They didn't. It's going to be a baseline inbound. Maxey is going to play in with 6 on the shot clock. Morris curls off the Embiid screen, then Joel rotates out to the corner, shoots the 3 from the sideline, and rattles it in. His second 3, his 31st point. He's over 30 again. 116 to 100, 3.5 to go. Sixers in control. Siakam bounces back out and hit the sneaker of Morris into the backcourt. Nobody went to get it, and now Morris sprinting 94 feet to track it down. And the Raptors are going to get it, but they're going to have to inbound at the far end of the court. They go left to right. I guess that was an inadvertent kick. 8 seconds to shoot. Sixers want to press up a little bit. 5 seconds as Siakam brings it to the left side. Bangs into Maxey, and then banks it too strong, no good, but he gets his own miss, and he powers it up and in down low right. Boy, he is relentless. Good job by Siakam with the offensive rebound. Pascal Siakam. How about this? He went 27th in the 2016 draft. Furkan Korkmaz was taken before him. Love Furkan, but how about Siakam? Here's Joel down the lane. They block him from behind. That is a little known fact. We always talk about maybe like the one that got away. How about that? Furkan Korkmaz, 26th in the 2016 NBA draft, and Siakam went 27th. Siakam played at New Mexico State. Furkan's been a pro since he was 15 in Turkey. They're going to challenge this call. We have under 3 minutes to go in the game. It's our first coach's challenge. Call on the floor was a foul on the Raptors. They fouled Embiid. And we'll be back in 1 minute.
Sixers basketball on 97.5 The Fanatic.
When you open the BetParx app, you're in the zone. It's the anticipation of another face card, the thrill of an extra spin, and the pure joy of a jackpot. It's all your favorite games at your fingertips. Plus, get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. You play for fun. You love to win. You bet. BetParx, official winning partner of the Philadelphia 76ers. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and up. Located in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Michigan. In Ohio, offered by Parks Interactive, Ohio Inc. New users only. Casino bonus must be wagered. Terms and conditions apply.
Whether you're a weekend warrior or competing at a high level, you're an athlete with goals. NovaCare Rehabilitation Select Sports Center of Excellence is for you. These specialty locations provide sports-specific care by highly trained sports physical therapists. NovaCare Centers of Excellence can help you remain healthy, overcome injury, and improve athletic performance. To learn more about NovaCare Select Sports Center of Excellence and to find a location near you, go to novacare.com. Excellence is earned. NovaCare, the power of physical therapy.
Coach's challenge on the behalf of the Raptors. Courtney Kirkland and Ray Acosta looking at a monitor on the scores table across the way from our vantage point. Their coach has challenged the personal foul call. Embiid went in on Pirtle. Ball was blocked from behind by Barnes. It looked like Barnes blocked the ball, but on the follow-through, on the attempted rejection, he got Joel on the arm, but we'll wait and see as the officials convene. And now I believe we're going to hear from Courtney Kirkland. Nope, he dons the headset one more time. Official attendance 20,230. Sixers by 14 points, 116 to 102. Embiid, he is depicting his interpretation. He's at the foul line. He's ready to shoot the free throws. The players are back on the court. So now they're situating the shot clock. Looks like the Sixers are going to get the ball.
After review, the contact by Porto is marginal. There is no defensive foul. It is a successful challenge. Philadelphia had control of the ball. Toronto had control of the ball out of bounds. Therefore, it's going to be Philadelphia's basketball in the baseline with 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Okay.
It is a successful challenge by Toronto. Therefore, they will receive another challenge. And because it is a successful challenge, they will get another time. They will keep their timeout.
Okay. Courtney Kirkland now having explained it to Nick Nurse. They win the challenge, but the Sixers have the ball. You don't see that very often. Toronto got it, but they were out of bounds. So 5 to shoot. The Sixers looking. Maxey plays into Harris. Harris against Trent. He's got the size. He turns. He hangs. He fires. No good. Rebound Toronto. Raptors on the run left to right. Sixers by 14. Scotty Barnes to a trailing Siakam. Siakam gets around House and lays it in. Boy, he's got quick feet. That was a brilliant move of the lane. 29 for Pascal Siakam. Sixers by 12, 2.5 to go. They got to win these next 2 or 3 possessions to put this one away. Raptors have struggled on the road. Here's Maxey on a blow-by. Down the lane, right-hand layup, good, and a foul. Boy, there was major contact a moment ago with Anunoby to Maxey. No foul on this play. Here, one of their guys tips him on the arm, and they do call that. That's on OG Anunoby. His fourth, their third for the three-point play to the line. Tyrese Maxey. Maxey, 35 against Minnesota. If he makes this free throw, he'll have 31 tonight. He went 6 for 6 against the Timberwolves. The free throw is good. He again has logged 39 minutes. Sixers by 15. That should do it. Toronto's clearing his bench. They play Utah tomorrow in Toronto. Morris blocks Barnes. They bring Achua, Malachi Flynn, Grady Dick. The guy we've not seen so far that typically plays for them against the Sixers is Chris Boucher, and I think he's going to come in now. Porter's coming in. No, it's Jalen McDaniels, the former Sixer. Here's Barnes to the line. Foul on Morris. Scotty Barnes at the free throw up and good. So they have 4 double-figure scores amongst the starters. Trent was 17 off the bench. Out goes Trent, Anunoby, Pirtle, and Siakam. Scotty Barnes, foul line right. Second free throw, good. He made them both. He's 4 for 4 from the line. They've missed 4. And the Sixers are fouled. That's on Porter. Our score, the 76ers, 119. Again, they scored 114 in the earlier 2 victories against the Raptors. Maxey to the line. Not sure why Porter fouled there, but he's giving Maxey 2 free throws. Maxey with 10 assists, and Embiid's got 9 assists. All told, 34 assists on 44 field goals for the Sixers. Maxey's free throw rattles up and good. Hard off the glass eventually, but it goes in. And the Sixers with a 120-106 lead. Raptors shot 58% in the opening quarter at 37 points. They led by 9 after 1, but the Sixers outscored them by a dozen, holding them to 21 points, Toronto, in the second quarter. Maxey converts. Sixers 19 of 21 for the line, 90%. Up by 15. Raptors with the ball. Long shot by Achua, no good. And Embiid with the rebound. Joel with 9 rebounds, 9 assists, and 31 points. Maxey with it off the screen. Embiid rolling, but now takes it at the top of the key against Malachi Flynn. 9 to shoot. Embiid out top. Flynn knocks it away. Turnover on Embiid. Run out. Flynn getting the ball back. Maxey there. He drops it up, and Embiid steals it. And now Grady Dick ends up with it. He'll shoot a, well, no, he passes to Achua. Into the lane, reverse layup, no good. And Joel with a rebound, and Embiid now with a double-double. 31 points and 10 rebounds. And the fans are, now granted, it's on the board so they can see it, but they were well aware from that. They reacted, not unlike when he got 51 the other night. And now with 1:15 to go, 5 on the clock, here's Maxey. 3-point shot on Flynn, a little bit long, no good. Maxey ended up taking 10 threes, made 4 of them, and 2 of them were in a row earlier in this quarter. Malachi Flynn on a layup, and that's good. 1 minute to go. The Sixers 121, the Raptors 108. Sixers with 3 players over 30, and they've not done that since 1961. Almost 62 years ago. It was January 5th. Here's Tobias for 3. That's no good. 40 seconds to go. The 3 names back then, Dolph Schayes, Hal Greer, and Dick Barnett. How about that? January 5th, 1961. And tonight it's Maxey, Embiid, and Harris. 30 or more for a trio. Now that's some Sixers history. And they all go out simultaneously and get a standing ovation from the crowd. Started out as a struggle, but it ends in triumph. As 33 for Harris, 31 for Joel, 33 for Maxey. The big three. K.J. Martin in, and Javonte Smart is in for the Sixers. He is making his debut. He had yet to play. Here's a dunk attempt, no good. But the Raptors get it back. Jalen McDaniels with a corner three, and that's good. With 26 seconds to go, he makes it a 10-point game. Korkmaz, Reed, Javonte Smart, Jaden Springer, and K.J. Martin. Javonte Smart out of LSU in his second year. He played for Birmingham in the G League last year. Again, he had 40 points in a game for the coach just a week ago. He dribbles away the remaining time. The Sixers are going to beat the Raptors. Shot clock violation, their 13th turnover. And it's a 10-point game. And that stat about the Sixers, that was back when they were the Syracuse Nationals back in 1961. With Barnett and Hal Greer among the three players for the Nationals that had 30-plus points. Dolph Shays was the other. Sixers win by 10, 121 to 111. They go 3-0 against the against the Raptors for now. And the Sixers run their record to 20-8. And they've now won 8 of their last 9 games. We're joined by Rob.
What's up, Leafs fans? Another awesome night here on TSI. Thank you to each and every one of you for hanging out with us. Please don't forget to hit that like button, as it helps bring more Leafs fans into the chat. The more the better. A big shout out to our insiders and VIP members. Your support is truly appreciated. I cannot explain to you what it means for this community. Please consider joining our community. It's only 99 cents a month. I made it as low as possible so that we can get more and more people joining our community. Awesome member exclusive emojis in the chat during these Leafs games, and add your name to the scroll down below. Anyways, enough of the necessary evils to keep growing this amazing Toronto sports community and Maple Leafs community. Back to Leafs hockey. Go Leafs go. I'll see you guys in the chat. Peace.
Over there. Is that the sixth man you're conversing with?
Yes, that is. You know it is.
Okay.
You know it is. Good to see you, baby.
All right.
But yeah, no, he stepped up big in that second half, man. And, Reese.
Full-time all-wheel drive and X-Mode. Until now. We call it unhibernate. As in, while your neighbors stay home, you'll be unhibernating all winter in your Subaru. So peregrinate to your local Subaru dealer today. And welcome to Uncommon Winter Confidence.
When you're looking to play, Red Rivers will make your day.
Take a chance, you'll see.
You like spots.
Thank you letters and photos from students and teachers, and a report of how every dollar was spent. Teachers' needs have never been greater. Learn more at DonorsChoose.org.
Donors Choose. Support a classroom. Build a future.
Furnished by Donors Choose. Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
The IRS,
the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-312-9970. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-312-9970. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-312-9970.
Get your opinion out there. Call us toll free, 855-212-4CBS.
Jody Mack here with you on CBS Sports Radio. Let's take a look at who's got home field advantage this weekend in our NCAA football preview, sponsored by Fairfield by Marriott. Fairfield by Marriott is the official hotel partner of the NCAA.
For Christmas, but we are right back with you right after the holiday. And again, the Raptors will be playing 3 games in 4 nights, and we will have a bunch of those for you as we get set to ring in the new year as well. One last time, 121-111. Thanks to everybody involved in the broadcast, and thanks to all of you for tuning in. Raptors Reaction, our post-game coverage, is coming up next. Thanks for tuning in to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans, right here on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. It was streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hello and welcome to Raptors Reaction Podcast on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. I'm your host, Wim Lou. The Raptors lose once again. No, this is not a recording. The Raptors are now winless. Well, I guess they remain winless in the Atlantic Division, which, I mean, I know divisions don't matter anymore, but damn, these are the teams you see the most often. And the Raptors are 0-3 against the Sixers. They are 0-2 against New York. They lost to Brooklyn, and they are 0-2 against the Boston Celtics. So, yeah, not great. But, I mean, at the same time, I feel like so many of these recaps have been so down, just because their performance has been down. But maybe we try to be a little bit more positive with this one. And if you were to be positive about this one, I think for the Raptors, the way they started this game was brilliant. It was like, wow, this is the team that you don't expect to see all the time, but you expect to see it sometimes, right? They came out with incredible energy. They were up 37-28 in the first quarter, and they showed just lots of hunger, lots of fight. They helped each other on defense, which I feel like never happens anymore. And I know that so much of last season was about over helping and leaving guys open, but now you see the Raptors never help each other. It's we've given up a switch from Jakob Poeltl against Tyrese Maxey, but let's not help. Let's actually not help. Let's just see what happens here. Oh, it's a step back 3. Cool. So they've gone the total opposite of the spectrum, because you saw the Sixers tonight, being a Nick Nurse team, applied a ton of ball pressure, played a lot of zone, shot a lot of double teams, and just generally harassed and harried the Raptors into turnovers, and also just rushed opportunities, and also forced the ball away from their best players in towards the hands of some of their lesser players. Nevertheless, the Raptors started well. They started well, and I'm going to try to be a little more positive. And honestly, it's not even just trying. They played better tonight. The second quarter there, or was disappointing in the sense that they let it all slip and Raptors ended up trailing. But first quarter was great. Raptors were able to again force a lot of turnovers from the Sixers. They were able to send a third man on the pick and rolls between Maxey and Embiid that forced the Sixers into a lot of turnovers. Honestly, the Sixers probably came off to just like a bit of a sleepy start anyway. Like, I'm not trying to say that, they can't handle a third body being thrown at a pick and roll. Like, I'm sure that they see that all the time. And so essentially what the Raptors were doing was, see Maxey, is getting covered by Schroeder, and then, Embiid is usually screening. He's getting covered by Jakob. The Raptors were sending a lot of help from the wings, so the opposite wing. So whether that was Pascal or OG or Scotty, which one of those guys, they were helping out a lot in that pick and roll. And, the Sixers were just also a bit sloppy with it. And it resulted in the Raptors getting a lot of offense in transition, forcing the turnovers, getting out on the break. I mean, essentially Nick Nurse basketball, if I had to be completely honest about it. Like, that is the whole idea and the whole premise of how he liked to play for the last 3-4 years when he's been in charge of this team, was just let's try to run that basically since the championship. They were like, look, we don't have enough half court scoring, let's try to use our pressure defense to get us offense. And that's ironically how the Raptors were beating the Sixers to start this game. And Pascal, set the tone. He was really, really excellent to start this one. 14 points, I believe, in the first quarter alone, got to the foul line 6 times, was constantly making these beautiful cuts back door. And the Raptors did a great job of finding him. They also, there was a clear emphasis to get Jakob the ball more often. Jakob obviously has been struggling the last couple of games, kind of, wasn't playing the fourth quarter of either the Charlotte game or the Nuggets game. And so Darko said after the Nuggets game, like, hey, I'm gonna talk to Jakob. I know he's a better player than this. And look, I'm actually really happy that they were able to coax a bounce back performance from him. Raptors were able to run a lot of pick and roll. The Sixers were obviously, like every team basically, ignoring Jakob Poeltl. Joel Embiid was like really looking to roam, help, and just occupy paint space and show help towards other players, especially with Pascal being hot. And so that left lots of gaps for Jakob to be able to roll and just like get in for those little short push shots, little hook shots. He was just doing really well. And that pick and roll was working nicely. It's been a while since we've seen the Jakob Dennis pick and roll work, but when you leave up that much gap, I mean, as long as Jakob can set a decent screen and Dennis is able to use it to shed that first defender, then he's stepping into a lot of room. That pick and roll should be good, unless the Sixers are sending a third body at it, which in this case they weren't, because they were like, we're trying to stop Pascal and Scotty. And so Jakob got into a groove to the point where he actually had a really nice move where he caught the ball, kind of had an angle on Embiid, and you usually don't see him take those, even if he does have an angle. But he actually drove Embiid to the basket, went for an up and under move for a reverse finish, and it was an unfortunate play because Embiid went up to contest. He bit for the fake, and he jumped and he landed, and he rolled his ankle pretty badly. I gotta say, like it wasn't fully 90 degrees, but it was close. It was close. It was a pretty nasty ankle roll, landing on Jakob's foot. And so it looked like, oh my God, is Embiid going to miss the rest of this game? He does not, by the way. The Sixers call timeout, and they get him back into the game immediately, and he was able to play 35 in this one. Clearly, he was hobbled. There's like no doubt about it. But yeah, the Raptors started off really well, and they had played Pascal the entire first quarter. Scotty played a lot with him as well. The two combined quite decently. To be honest, the only source of offense for the Sixers early on was just a bunch of Tobias Harris. But you're also like, okay, well, given the option between like Maxey, Embiid, and Tobias Harris, I mean, like, fine, if Tobias gets some more opportunities, he's a very capable scorer, there's no doubt. But you got to live with somebody, and so Tobias was going off. But unfortunately, even though the Raptors had a 9-point lead, it started to slip from them. Darko decides, okay, I'm going to go with my second unit to start, the second quarter. I mean, whatever. He's not going to play the starters the full 48 minutes. But okay, what does that second unit come in to do? And this is where it's like, it's hard to just blame the coach or say it's just lineups, because it's like, at the end of the day, like, players got to take individual account of their own ability and their own production to this. There was a stretch. So Precious Achiuwa finally comes in the game, and he's obviously pretty heavily involved in the second unit. He's the center. He's got a screen. He's got to play pick and roll and that kind of stuff. Precious, for like a 45 second span, drove in for a contested layup, missed it, but probably could have made it, honestly. Like he got from the 3-point line to the rim and he had separation from his man, missed it. The Sixers go the other way. The Raptors get a stop. They break, they throw it up ahead to Precious. Precious goes to the rim again, gets stripped. Sixers go the other way after recovering the steal, go back. Raptors get another stop, and the Raptors come back. They swing the ball to Precious. Precious throws a pretty bad pass to Otto Porter. Otto was actually open on the opposite wing, like it was a good read, but it was a bad pass. So it kind of took Otto away from being open. Otto had to give it up, but the ball eventually swung back to Precious, wide open three, and he missed that. It's things like that. It's like, look, like unless you don't want Precious to play at all, which honestly, based on this roster, I'm not sure how you would even do that. But like at a certain point, it's not really on the coach. Like even me, who I haven't really been happy with the performance of the coaching or the decision making of the coaching. Like you still got to play him. Like the players just got to do better than that. Like in a 40-second span, you missed 2 layups and a wide open 3. Like that, how is that not deflating? How is that not going to cut your own momentum? And Darko tried something new today, which was to bring in Otto Porter. We've seen this, I think, 3 times now this season, where the rotation doesn't initially have Otto Porter, but after a bit of like lag, the Raptors ultimately turn to Otto and they bring him back into the game. So Otto was in today, and Otto, when he comes in, it's like, oh, he's solid. Like he knows how to play. He's in the right spots. He's moving the ball. Didn't knock down all his threes, but 1 for 3 is actually a pretty good percentage for the Raptors, considering the whole team shot 9 of 33, which is less. That's 27%. Like, I mean, you're not going to win. I mean, again, it's just Raptors losing the math battle once again. The Sixers go 14 of 31, including a whole bunch of pull-up threes by Tyrese Maxey in the second half. But essentially, the second unit came in, and it just really wasn't working. And, yeah, I mean, I will credit the Sixers too. Like they played some zone. They were able to chunk up the game. The Sixers didn't even have their full roster. They're missing guys like Patrick Beverly, DeAnthony Melton, guys like that who would actually be in the rotation. And so they had to dip a little bit deeper. But Nick Nurse, big Nick Nurse, he's like, look, if I gotta play 7 guys, if I gotta play 8 guys, I'll do it. And he played 9 guys today. Ultimately, his 9th man is Frank Van Korkmaz, who played 7. So really, he played 8. With Covington 24 minutes off the bench, Daniel House 23 minutes off the bench, and 13 for Paul Reed. And in a lot of those stretches, they were able to out hustle the Raptors. And it's just a little bit tough. Unfortunately, I think for the Raptors side, they really needed all guns blazing. And I felt like there was just such a lack of production from OG Anunoby. When you look at the final stat line, like it doesn't necessarily stand out to you, like 12 points on 4 of 9 shooting, with 4 rebounds and 5 assists. It's like, what's so bad about this? It's just like every single time the Raptors got him a wide open look, and obviously he's not generating his own offense, and when he does, it's a mid-range pull up for an air ball. But like, yeah, like when the Raptors got him wide open threes, like he just really, really needed to convert those, and there were missed opportunities. Meanwhile, the Sixers going the other way, and Tobias Harris got switched on to, or OG switched on to Tobias Harris quite a bit. It wasn't his primary matchup, but he also guarded him like a fair amount, basically as much as anyone else. And yeah, Tobias was just making everything. He had 24 points in the first half, and it was just really tough to see because the lead was slipping from Toronto. You saw Maxey driving in for a layup, Maxey hitting a pull-up 3. You see that OG gets an open 3, he misses it. Dennis gets a layup, he misses it. Meanwhile, the other way, Tobias Harris pulls up for 3, ties the game finally for the Sixers at 54. That's when they officially overtook the Raptors. Sixers go to a zone. OG gets an open 3 against the zone, he misses it. OG gets a rebound. For some reason, he doesn't pass it to Pascal, who's wide open on the left. He forces it into a crowd where Scotty and Dennis are standing side by side, which first off, why are they both standing side by side waiting for the outlet? But they force the pass over to Scotty, who, then has to evade somebody standing in for a charge. He ends up traveling. So unforced turnover. Then you got OG beaten on a high-low from Tobias Harris, gives up an and 1. Sixers lead for the first time with a minute left. OG has an open look for 3. This time he turns it down, gets it down low to Yak. I mean, it's not even a bad pass, but like Embiid's right there, blocks him. Yak gets blocked by Embiid twice to close the first half. Embiid beats Yak baseline, even though Embiid's on 1 foot. Like he's literally got 1 ankle, and he still beats Yak baseline. No help, of course, for the Raptors. And the Raptors, trail a half. But like honestly, if you told me the Raptors were down like 4 points at halftime. Like coming into this game, I would have been happy because they're down, but I'll be like, okay, like that's understandable. Like it's promising. Like let's see where this goes. And you know, it went the direction that you thought it would go. The Sixers obviously were able to you know, pull ahead. The Sixers were able to start the third quarter with a lot more momentum. You know, the Raptors open with OG driving in for a charge. Again, I just very disappointed by OG today, and he's been in a rut the last couple of games. You know, I credit to him. I even saw him like getting up shots super early last game when he was in Toronto. So he essentially came out for 2 warmups just to get extra shots in. So I'm like he's working to get it back, but like at the same time, like like the Raptors have so little margin for error that if OG, who isn't even that consistent of an offensive player, but if he isn't clicking, then you have no chance against the Sixers, who obviously had 3 guys clicking today. Tobias finished with 33, Embiid with 31, Maxey with 33. Like you can't even have one guy not clicking. And honestly, even if OG was clicking, there's no chance that the Raptors even beat the Sixers. But regardless, OG opens with a charge. Scotty misses a pull-up jumper. Yaka misses a floater because he gets scared by Embiid. Meanwhile, the Sixers get a contested 3 from Marcus Morris. He knocks it down. Tobias Harris nails a mid-range pull-up. Maxey drives all the way through the basket for a layup, and the Raptors are down 8, and Darko calls timeout to try to stop the run. Unfortunately, the run is not stopped. You know, Scotty misses an open 3. Scotty misses a mid-range jumper. Kelly Oubre hits a 3. Tobias Harris hits a wing 3. And even though there's like some offense in between here with Pascal, you know, doing a good job of, you know, either setting up Yakov for little cuts to the basket or Pascal with a block that sets up an OG transition finish, or, you know, Pascal spinning around Embiid for a layup, it just wasn't enough. And essentially when the second unit came back in, you know, the Raptors just were not able to pull it close. Even though I got to give Darko some credit, you know, like he did get some you know, creativity into his schemes today. Played a lot of zone against the Sixers team. You know, I thought, especially in the third quarter, it actually worked decently. Like I was tracking it. The Sixers scored twice against the zone, and one of them was a Joel Embiid fadeaway jumper. Another one was Embiid jumping in a crowd. And honestly, he gets deep in the paint. Like it doesn't really matter what defense you play, you're probably going to foul him. But they also got 4 stops in that stretch, and they're able to get a whole bunch of transition scores off of that. Pascal again leading that charge, finishing a transition, give and go to Scotty for dunks. Gary knocking down some threes, and it was looking like okay, it was decent heading into the fourth quarter. Like the Raptors were a little trailing, but looking a little bit decent. And yeah, that's where, you know, Raptors come out pretty flat once again. I mean, it's tough because I would say even quality of chances wise, like the Sixers weren't getting like better quality of chances than Toronto, but at the same time they have such a big advantage in quality of players that like a bad shot for one of their better players is a better shot than a good shot for one of the Raptors' worst players. You know what I mean? Like Maxey taking, you know, step back threes or driving through a whole traffic, like that's a way better shot, even though it's contested, and those are hard shots, but he's so much more skilled than what Toronto had to offer on the other side. You know, you had like, for example, to start the fourth quarter, you know, Darko again, he's starting to get more creative. Like I'm trying to see that. I'm trying to appreciate that because he did do things differently compared to the last couple of games. He played auto, for example. He played zone, for example. He switched up his rotation. He opened the fourth quarter with Dennis, Scotty, OG, Gary, Precious. Now, is that necessarily something that's going to work? I mean, I don't know. But at the same time, like it is Dennis playing with the second unit, which you haven't seen too much. And I know a lot of people want Dennis to go to the bench. Well, this is what it would look like, for example, for Dennis to play in these kind of mixed lineups. And unfortunately, he just didn't do well in that group. Like Dennis tried to get downhill, missed the layup, fell over. Meanwhile, the Sixers go the other way. Maxey you know, drives in 5-on-4, and he's able to finish a layup. That's a 4-point swing. Then Dennis gets a wide open 3. He misses it. You know, Paul Reed drives the other way. Unfortunately, he elbows Dennis going to the basket, and somehow it wasn't called, but it knocked over Dennis. Paul Reed was able to finish a layup. So that's like 2 4-point swings. That's 8 points right there, just off of Dennis missing shots and the Sixers getting to the rim. And one of them was like definitely a bad no call. But yeah, you're in a relatively tight game and you swing the game by 8 points. Like that's always going to be a huge momentum shifter, you know. And yeah, I don't know. It just kind of wasn't enough. And ultimately, like when it came down to a close game at the end there, I think you just always felt more confident in the Sixers. They have guys who can just get buckets out of nowhere. You know, Maxey, Embiid, these kind of guys just consistently making shots. there's plays where like loose balls will bounce towards Tobias Harris. You just pick it up and flip it in. But it's a difference in quality. And I did say that I was going to be a little bit more positive about this, but I mean, at the same time, like, yeah. It's hard to say that about a loss. Like you do get tired of it. You do get tired of the fact that you do see like this team is fighting uphill, and most times when you're fighting uphill, you're probably going to come out with a loss, and that's what happened here today. I mean, I don't think anyone expected anything differently, but it was at least pleasantly surprising to see the Raptors come out with such a strong emphasis. I know that that's been an issue for them, is getting down early, but once again, the Raptors were unable to do enough to close out and finish the win against a quality opponent. So I'm going to come back. There are some more positives. I thought Pascal played really well. I thought that Gary continues to look better and better. So I'm going to try to highlight some of those. Scotty also had a couple of great defensive plays, even though offensively his shot wasn't dropping. But we're going to take a quick break. You've been listening to the Raptors Reaction Podcast on Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
Hi, I'm Eric Sana of Eric Sana Luxury Menswear. I design in Canada and manufacture in Italy using fabrics you will love. Our holiday event is on now, and I invite you to come see our ready-to-wear line of casual and formal attire. You can book a styling appointment with me personally, and if you mention this ad, you will receive an additional 10% of almost all items in the store. I promise you, we have an amazing selection which will impress you. Eric Sana Menswear in Sherway Gardens, Yorkville at 131 Bloor, and ericsana.com.
Did you receive a Canada Emergency Business Account loan and want to take advantage of up to $20,000 in loan forgiveness, but might struggle to meet the January 2024 repayment deadline? The Merchant Growth SEBA Refinance Program is the solution. With financing for Merchant Growth, eligible SEBA applicants can pay off their balance by qualifying in minutes. Refinance your SEBA loan balance now to unlock up to $20,000 in loan forgiveness. Apply today at sebarefi.ca. That's CEBAREFI.ca.
The holidays can be a busy time filled with friends and family, get-togethers and gift-giving, long days, late nights, crowded shops and busy streets. But what if there was a place where you could slow it all down? The Thermea Spa Village, a world of bathing havens and breathtaking views. Give the gift of Thermea and invite someone to experience a holiday that unfolds at their own speed. Visit Thermea.com to purchase a gift certificate for someone you love.
Hi, I'm Heather Reisman, Chief Book Lover at Indigo, with a few of my favorites for the young readers on your list this holiday. The new Percy Jackson, The Chalice of the Gods by Rick Riordan is funny and heartfelt. It's a decade-in-the-making gift in this epic series. For the littler ones, The Garden of Lost Socks by Canadian treasure Essie Adujan will have children and adults alike looking for the magic in the mundane. And as always, 1% of net proceeds from every children's book purchased at Indigo will go to kids in high-needs communities.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it would be too difficult or time-consuming? Then it's time to try Babbel. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. So with just 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking in a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel, language for life. Right now, Babbel is offering radio listeners 55% off their subscription. Visit babbel.com/radio. That's BABBEL.com/radio for 55% off.
Here's a holiday gift riddle. It's too big to fit under your tree. It definitely can't fit in your house, but it can fit through your door, your garage door. Number 7. At Number 7 Auto Mall, you'll find thousands of gifts to choose from for yourself or that lucky someone on your list. Come see us on Highway 7 east of the 427 or shop online at number7auto.com.
Number 7 Auto Mall.
Part of the Zankin Auto Group.
Experience simply better security with Brevo.
One solution for the whole community. Brevo has multifamily buildings covered, from common areas to unit access and in-unit automation.
All with the convenience of access control from your mobile device.
Discover the Brevo advantage for your multifamily building. Join millions of people worldwide who trust in the original cloud-based security solution. Visit lp.brevo.com/Canada. That's lp.brivo.com/Canada.
Meet Rosemary.
I'm a pensioner. I budget very carefully, so saving energy means a lot to me.
When Rosemary heard about the home winterproofing program from Enbridge Gas, she decided to call.
My bills are much better. I noticed a big difference in the comfort.
If your home and household income qualify, you may receive free insulation, draft proofing, and a smart thermostat.
You've got nothing to lose. It's free.
And who doesn't love free? Visit enbridgegas.com/winterproofing. Terms and conditions apply.
Monte Carlo Inn, your home sweet home.
Monte Carlo Inns would like to thank the many of you for visiting our hotels over the last several months. Monte Carlo Inns is very proud of our Made in Canada brand and are delighted to continue to be your home away from home for quality accommodations and functional meeting facilities in Southern Ontario. To save on your next stay with us or to book your next event space, book directly at MonteCarloInns.com.
Monte Carlo Inn.
It was a rainy day when Pizzaville realised that some big pizza conglomerates want to make the cheapest pizza. Some want to be the fastest. At Pizzaville, we want to make the best pizza. Stone-baked, the traditional Italian way. It's what we strive for every day. To be the best, not the fastest or the cheapest. Oh, cue the announcer.
Pizzaville Stone-Baked Pizza. Fiercely Canadian. Authentically Italian.
Get the latest personalized sports news and scores. Plus, stream live games and highlights anytime, anywhere. Download the Sportsnet mobile app today. Available on iOS and Android. CJCL Toronto.
Welcome back to the Raptors Reaction Podcast on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Continue to recap this 121-111 win for the Philadelphia 76ers over the Toronto Raptors, who dropped to 11-17 on the season, 3-9 away from home, and also 0-8 in the division. It's damn. That's nasty. I mean, look, whatever. This was always going to be a difficult one. Raptors don't have anything against the Sixers. I mean, they don't have anything to stop Embiid. They don't have anything to stop Maxey. And honestly, you tell me Tobias Harris is 33 on top of that. Like, yeah, no chance. No chance. But, you know, some positives from this one. I have to give some flowers to Pascal Siakam. I thought he played this game really well. Super efficient game. Of course, it's something you would love to see him being able to knock down threes. 0 of 4 from 3 is not good. But he finds ways to contribute. He finds ways to attack. He is, I thought today he didn't even have the ball much, but he was able to get to the right spots, draw fouls. He was really quick in transition, attack the mismatches when he had them. But honestly, the Sixers didn't even put a lot of big wings or whatever out there. Plus they have rim protection. So it's not an ideal circumstance for him to attack against. The Sixers also played a bunch of zone as well. But, Pascal still ends up being incredibly efficient. And a lot of this was just reading the game and getting himself to the spots where, he could get open, did a lot of good things, playmaking for others as well. That's always something a part of his game. But 31 points tonight in 36 minutes, 10 of 16 shooting, which means that he was 10 of 12 from twos, 11 of 12 from the free throw line, which is massive. Because he doesn't typically get that many foul attempts, but also, sometimes he misses some free throws. And I know it gets people a lot very annoyed at it, but you should then get pretty happy the fact that he won 11 of 12. That's awesome. And generally just learning to be efficient, learning to be able to cut off the ball. Again, I didn't even feel like Pascal was particularly featured in this game. I know he had the most shot attempts, 16. Second most was 15 for Jakob, and then it's 11 for Scotty, 11 for Gary. But it wasn't like Pascal had the ball that much. It was just he got himself those shot attempts by getting open, by making cuts, by breaking forward in transition. And I think it's a nice step in his game. I mean, obviously nothing's going to come close to the efficiency that Pascal had in the championship year, where he had the floor spaced out between Serge and Mark playing at 5, both guys who could shoot threes at the center position, also having an elite playmaker in Kyle Lowry running the point, Fred obviously as a great backup, Kawhi obviously being the number one option, taking away lots of defensive attention, and also Pascal kind of sneaking up on a lot of teams in terms of that year being most improved. But coming into the year, I don't think a lot of teams had him on the scouting report. So obviously nothing's going to really come close to that season for Pascal. He also shot the 3 at a decent rate that year as well. Shot a lot of corner threes. That year he was at 63% true shooting, right? And that's a phenomenal rate. And of course, the Raptors won the championship that year, thanks in large part to Pascal's breakout. My point is that since then, obviously, Kawhi left and he became the featured number one guy, and he's the one drawing double teams. And his true shooting percentage has then come back down. Like 55% is decent. It's good. It's just like a little bit above league average, if not league average. But he's been at 55, 55, 56, 56. And this year, and this is not even factoring tonight's game, where again he was really efficient, 31 points on 16 shooting possessions. But he's at 57.7% right now, true shooting. After a game like this, he could probably get up to 58. And yeah, I mean, it's a season where obviously the 3-point shot isn't there for him on pretty much most nights. He's still shooting 26% from three. After 0-4 today, that'll drop down. But it's been a really efficient season for him, creating his own twos. He's at 58% coming into this game on 2-point shots. You throw in the fact that he was 10-12 today, that's going to improve even more. He's getting to the foul line. He's converting the free throws now. I mean, obviously, he started the season, in a wicked slump on the free throw line as well as the 3-point line, but the free throws have come back around. I think it's just like the system changed. Obviously, the coaching changed, even the priorities changed. Like Pascal was still, I suppose, like your leading scorer, but he doesn't get the ball as much as he did last season. He doesn't hold the ball as much as last season. Doesn't have the green light as much as last season. He doesn't play as many minutes as last season, but he's still finding ways to contribute. And it does remind me of like what Pascal said at the start of the year, when there was so much discussion around him. The takeaway after media day was like, did Masai kind of imply that Pascal was selfish? And this whole conversation went into it, and Pascal even himself kind of batted that thought away. And Darko talking about, Pascal's going to have to adjust to a couple of things, but, we'll see. And I remember Pascal always talking about that time. It's just like, look, we're going to change things. I understand that, but the ball is always going to end up in, the best player's hands. That was the sort of his belief in basketball, just how the sport of basketball works. And, that's going to ultimately decide how the game is played. And I don't think he did anything to break the system, quote unquote. He just found ways to get open and score, and he's adapting and learning more and more of how to play within it. And again, like it's I do feel bad because it's like it's all kind of in vain. Like he's found a way to get back to form. He's found a way to become arguably as efficient as he's ever been as a featured player. But yeah, at the same time, it just doesn't quite matter. I think that's the part that makes me I feel a little bit sad about it. Of course, I think he can definitely improve on defense. There are lots of games where I feel like, okay, he is saving more for offense than he is for defense. There's a couple plays where he rotates and guys are able to blow by and stuff like that. Like I'm not saying he's a perfect player by any means, and of course a 3-point shot needs to come back, but like there has been this like steady progression pretty much since the last time the Raptors played the Sixers, where Pascal had a game where he only had like 8. And it's like, okay, all right, come on, we got to find a way to get him going. Since that time, he's really been able to do so. And yeah, it's encouraging. It's encouraging for him. It's not enough to carry the team. But we're looking for positives, and he has been absolutely a positive. I think Gary it's also rounding the form a little bit for Gary. Now, of course, rounding the form could just be like he had a decent night from 3, 5 of 8 from 3 tonight, 6 of 11 from the field overall. The 2-point shot he made was also Pascal getting him a look from 3, a hard closeout from the Sixers. Gary pump fakes, steps in, makes that. So it's like all of that is all predicated on his shooting. But I think he's found a better rhythm the last couple of games here. He's been able to, again, find his spots a little bit more, attack off of on the catch, and just be really confident and smooth with the shot. I mean, that's who we know Gary to be ultimately at the end of the day. Like whether he starts or he comes off the bench, we need him to be a really good shooter. We need him to be very confident, look for his offense. And like, yeah, there's obviously lots of opportunities where you want him to swing the ball or, but like at the same time, like playmaking is just not like a core part of his game or even like a side part of his game. His thing is just he shoots, and he's like the best shooter on the team. So yeah, I mean, him coming off the bench, making 5 threes, scoring 17 points, it's a nice effort, and he had a good game against Denver as well. I think there's a definite case to be made to put Gary into the starting 5, but I also think that like the more I've been thinking about this idea, you kind of have to break Darko's system. The system is like the point guard brings it up You know, they run usually a little off-ball action to get somebody to come screen, like someone like screening the screener essentially. Try to force a mismatch a little bit, see if there's a high-low a little bit, get into the post, moving around there. Like there's a lot of that going on, and I'm not saying that Gary can't do that, but I mean at the same time, like it just seems like the guys he trusts the most to do it are Dennis and Jakob. Like coming into the season, he talks so much about this, he being Darko, like how much he trusts Dennis and how much he wants Jakob to be in a more featured playmaking role. Ironically, Jakob, even in a stated more quote unquote playmaking role, is averaging the exact number of assists as he was last season when he came over mid season under Nick Nurse. But it was a different kind of playmaking. Jakob was largely screening, short rolling, because teams were double teaming against, like, let's say Fred. They would blitz Fred on the pick and roll. Fred will slip the pass to Jakob. Now he's playing 4-on-3 and he was able to pick out passes in that setting. But he's on the move, he's rolling in space. Those are the typical passes that he will make. Now it's a lot more like, okay, Jakob's in the high post, holding it stationary, looking for guys to cut and get open, and then finding high-low passes from there. So it's like an entirely different context. He's got the ball a lot more, but again, the product out of it is the same. My point is, I guess you put Garrett to starting five. Essentially, what you're saying is forget the system, forget running this action or this dribble handoff. Let's just get whoever has the mismatch. Pascal has the mismatch. Let's get the ball to him. Scotty has the mismatch. Let's get the ball to him. Let's see what the opposing defense does. Do they double team? Do they not double team? If they do double team, how could we cut to get open? And also where the open kickouts for three. That's largely how, the starting five would work if you were to put in, Gary for Dennis or even Gary for Jakob. Most likely Gary for Dennis. And first off, I have no issues with that. Like I would actually, I think that would actually lead to a more efficient offense for the Raptors. Defensively, they're going to have issues. Like this is just, I mean, arguably their defense might even be worse because Dennis's on-ball defense is better than Gary's, and you still need somebody to track like quick guards like Maxey. I mean, whatever. I didn't think that like Maxey had felt too much pressure. He finished with 33 points on 13 of 22 shooting, but at the same time with 10 assists as well. But there were times where Dennis was able to shade and cover and do a decent job. Maybe it doesn't matter, honestly. And if that's the case, then whatever. But yeah, like that is, I guess, the trade-off. It's not even so much like how much the Raptors score or how efficient it is. It's just like you would essentially abandon what the Raptors are currently trying to do. And I don't know. I mean, it would take a lot, I think, from a coach to abandon it really early. We have seen it, by the way. We've seen it like, for example, Milwaukee came into the year, Adrian Griffin really wanting to play like essentially a Nick Nurse style defense, which obviously he was also, co-captaining in Toronto when he was an assistant coach, but like really aggressive, two on the ball, like, double team blitzes, the zones, show high with their bigs, all this kind of stuff. And like after a couple of games, the Bucks were like, nah, we don't want to do this. It doesn't work. Let's go play our old style. And then, Adrian was like, all right, fine. I guess what choice am I going to have? I'm not going to overrule Dame and Giannis and Brook Lopez and guys like that. So let's play the other way. So we have seen teams fold, but like, yeah, I mean, I just don't think that like, even if the Raptors run it better, even the Raptors learn how to run it better, I just don't think that the system particularly fits the roster here. Like, I was talking to Joe Wolf on after he came on the show on on Thursday. And, we were kind of continuing our discussion that we had on the show about sort of, Darko's performance. And, I want to give Joe Wolf on the full credit on this because he said essentially Darko is coaching a team that isn't here yet. Like he's coaching what maybe the future pieces of the team might look like. He's coaching as if he has lots of guards on the team. He's coaching as if he has a lot of shooting on the team. Clearly, that's not the case. But then I guess my thing was that it was just like, can we then get the messaging out there, or can we at least sort of like do something to make it clear that, okay, this year is not about winning. This year is about taking our lumps, transitioning our roster, flipping it over towards something closer to what the system might look like. And also, meanwhile, in the meantime, any players that are staying here needs to get better at the skill sets to play that system. I don't know, but it was just a nice way that he put it. And yeah, because I feel like a lot of what Darko tries to do with this group doesn't look that similar, or doesn't really work with this group in terms of the talent on the paper. And yeah, if the things that do kind of work, ironically, are like, going to zones, going to play mismatch basketball through their wings, taking their point guards off the floor, which never really happens for this team. Even if Dennis has 6 points on 2 of 8 shooting, and Malachi has 2 points of 1 of 4 shooting. They still play a combined 44 minutes tonight, right? Like again, like I hate making this comparison all the time, but it's similar to the Hawks game, right? After the Hawks game, pointed out how the 3 Hawks that showed that played minutes had 75 points from their 3 backcourt players, and the Raptors had 23 points in the backcourt tonight. Just the point guard position alone, Dennis had 6 points. Malachi had 2 points. They shoot a combined 3 of 12, including 0 of 4 from 3 and only 2 free throws. Meanwhile, Maxey by himself has 33 points. Like, you know, so it's whatever. But like, it does feel like, ironically, the Raptors will be way more competitive with Nick at the helm. The Raptors probably would be more competitive with Fred at point guard instead of Dennis as well. I know this is like such a inflammatory topic. No one wants to talk about it. This is not me advocating for the Raptors to pay Fred $40+ million. Obviously, I think there's an instance where Fred probably wanted to move on a little bit, and also Nick definitely wanted to move on a little bit too. But like, still, when you lose pieces like that, and honestly, championship pieces, right? Like, there's no doubt about that. Um, what are you moving on to? And you know, tactically speaking, there's not even a comparison between what you've moved on from Nick to what you got in Darko so far. Like, this is Darko's most creative game today, and the moves are like, we put Otto Porter in the game for 15 minutes. We've run some zone here. We've changed the rotation a little bit. Like, it didn't matter at all. Like, the Sixers just played through that. In second half, they had a very easy time winning this game. Um, Meanwhile, like, on the point guard side, like, we all knew that there was a real chance Fred would leave. There's a real chance Fred would get a huge offer that the Raptors wouldn't be comfortable matching. It's exactly what happened. And the backup plan was, not only did he go for nothing, but the backup plan was, okay, I guess that opened up the mid level. Let's get who's available in the mid level. Like, the options weren't great. It was like Dennis, maybe Gabe Vincent, who barely has played for the Lakers. So I think that would have been even worse considering he's not available. But they didn't make any other moves to supplement the point guard position. They bring in Dennis. They try to empower Malachi, tell him to smile, tell him, like, put an arm around the shoulder, everything. You could tell a man all you want. He's still 2 points in 10 minutes on 1 of 4 shooting with 3 turnovers. Like, if it's not like the foul trouble one game, like he did in the Hawks game, it's the turnovers, or he's not making open shots, or he's not defending well. Like, Korkmaz cut him for a layup. Like, man, if you let Korkmaz cut you for a layup, like, you're a defensive liability. Like, for real. Like, that's just like a 6'5" guy just walking to the basket and shooting this over the top of you for a layup. Like, you got to be stronger defensively in the league. But regardless, my point is that, like, the front office did not upgrade at the coaching position. They did not upgrade at the point guard position. They downgraded at both spots. And whatever, like, you might say, well, fine, there's still like enough talent here to do something. I think for me, a maximized or optimized version of the Raptors plays probably 500 basketball, maybe like a little bit more above 500, depending on how good they are defensively. But this team is terrible defensively, partially because of the tactics, partially because, like, I just don't get a great sense of accountability. Do you sense that intensity from Darko? No, it's always just positivity. No matter what happens, it's positive. No matter what happens, it's positive. So how can you really get accountability when it's positivity at every single turn, right? And who knows, maybe behind the scenes he's yelling at them, but I highly doubt it. And then, yeah, like, if you're not going to play optimal strategy and you downgrade at certain positions, then I suppose the Raptors being 11 and 17 isn't all too surprising. But in any case, the Raptors lose tonight. They'll get another chance to sort of recoup it tomorrow against Utah. Utah, they missed a whole bunch of their key players in the win against the Pistons, which was probably the most watched Utah versus Detroit game ever. Obviously, with the anticipation of seeing Detroit potentially snap their historic losing streak. They did not. That losing streak extends to 25. By the way, the 29th potential loss is against the Raptors. So look out for that. That could be something that the Raptors end 2023 with. But in any case, Raptors have a chance to bounce back. But to wrap up your 3 stars from tonight's performance, first star is Pascal Siakam, 31 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, super efficient, 10 of 16 from the field, 11 of 12 from the free throw line. If the threes come back, and there were showing some signs of coming back, you'll see just a really, really, honestly, a really good version of Pascal. Like, it's not enough to carry this team, but it's not his fault. And I actually applaud him for, trying to fit in. and still getting his way to being successful. Your second star is Gary Trent, 17 points off the bench, 26 minutes, knocked down 5 of the Raptors' 9 threes. Just refreshing to see it from him. Hopefully that continues. If you haven't heard it already, by the way, Gary Trent Sr. was on the podcast today, and I know the Raptors are, whatever, but it's always great to talk to Gary, and we had a good time. So check out that interview if you haven't already. Definitely one of the show's favorite guests. And then your third star, I'll give it to Jakob. I mean, I'm actually happy Jakob had this bounce back. Like, he wasn't going to stop Embiid, and it was a little disappointed that, okay, like, Embiid on one angle was able to beat him baseline repeatedly. But, like, honestly, you get beat baseline, like, you should probably see some help, especially for a guy going to the hoop, and there was very little help for him. But Raptors found a way to get Jakob involved. 9 of 15 from the field, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal. I would love for him to play a little bit more physical. Like, there's lots of incidents where I feel like he's not been physical enough in that play versus like he's overplaying and he's way too physical and he's giving him a foul. Like, it just feels like, wouldn't say soft because that's such a pejorative, but like, I would love for him to be more forceful. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's on the wrong side of that right now. He's given up too much like space, and there's just a lot of games where you feel like guys are going through him, and you just don't see guys go through Embiid, for example. And whatever, I'm not expecting him to be MVP level, but like, still, I think there's more. But yeah, Jakob had a nice bounce back game today. And for the first half, he actually was really able to confound Embiid with his movement and cutting. So hopefully they do more of that. In terms of your Gerald Henderson Award winner, obviously that's Tobias Harris, 33 points in 38 minutes, kept them in it in the first half, 8 rebounds, 7 assists as well. Damn. And this is the guy the Sixers aren't even happy with. Like, Sixers fans, I mean, this year, obviously, like, they've been much better, and Tobias has been better too, for the most part, although he can sometimes be up and down. But like, this is the guy the Sixers are annoyed with. Meanwhile, the Raptors are annoyed with, like, why isn't Precious good? Like, it's just, it's different. I guess this is a first world problems versus third world problems kind of situation. Last thing too. I mean, this is something I've been seeing running around, so I just want to add it to the show. But I've been seeing a lot of like, oh, Raptors hired the wrong coach. Like, first of all, I think that's unfair to Darko. Even me, I'm not happy with Darko's performance so far, but I don't think it's like enough conclusion to say like, okay, they've hired the wrong coach. But I know a lot of people wanted Jordi Fernandez, for example, who obviously is the Kings assistant who, led Canada to the bronze over the summer. Obviously, I think the world of Jordi was fantastic, but it's funny because people were like, wow, they picked Darko over Jordi. They thought Jordi was one of the finalists. I thought Jordi was one of the finalists, but I remember going back to the summertime when, big thanks to Canada Basketball, they were able to make Jordi Fernandez available to me on an interview, and we talked about the whole run for Canada in the World Cup. But we also talked obviously about the interviews that he had with Toronto, and I remember bringing up the idea to Jordi. I was like, oh, how's Raptors interview process? I know at one point they threw like a mock interview at the candidates, the finalists, and he was like, oh, I didn't know about that because I actually wasn't one of the finalists. And it's like, yeah, he wasn't even one of the finalists. So it's tough. It is tough. So, I mean, I know it's not, I guess, going to make people feel any better, but I know there was like I feel like for a lot of people, it felt like, okay, the Raptors chose Darko over Jordi. It's like, Jordi wasn't even one of the finalists, which is kind of wild to me because I think he's a really, really good potential future head coach. He has a great personality for it too. And yeah, I suppose Sergio's another guy that was a candidate. By the way, that whole coaching search, because it lasted so long and it also kind of like bled over with the Italian playoffs or whatever that were in the finals. Sergio's team lost, I think, Game 7 against Ettore Messina's team in Milan. But like Sergio lost his job over this. Like, he lost his job. The other his team president fired him essentially for taking job meetings with other teams, aka Toronto. So it's like this whole coaching search has really led to a lot of frustration. But regardless, this is the team we have. This is the coach we have, and we move. Raptors are 11-17. They play tomorrow. So check back then. Thanks everyone for listening. Please continue to rate, review, subscribe to the Raptors show. And yeah, programming note: there's no more daily show for the rest of this 2023 year. We got 1 week off, and we will be returning on January 2nd with the daily show, but there will still be reaction podcasts and also some banter podcasts because like we need something to lift the mood. So stick with us there. Otherwise, have a safe and happy holiday, and I hope you guys get some time off.
Toyota, we believe you deserve a truck like the Tundra. It's a truck that's capable, reliable, and ready for adventure, just like you. A truck that's tough on the outside, yet warm and comforting on the inside. What? You know you secretly enjoy a nice warm bubble bath? Don't we all? It's time to find your match. It's time to Toyota. Lease a 2024 Tundra 4x4 Crewmax SR from $164 weekly for 40 months at 7.99% with $5,449 down. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Ontario Toyota dealer today.
Are you looking to drive more leads and calls to your business? Do you want to rank higher in Google and run ads that actually work? I'm Jeff Quipp, founder of Search Engine People, Canada's largest and most experienced search marketing firm, and we can help. Search Engine People has been hand-selected as a Google Premier Partner, ranking in the top 3% of agencies globally, and we're right here in the GTA. Your next customer is out there. Let us introduce you. Check out sep.ca today.
You're running late to your friend's uncle's cousin's holiday party, and you can't show up empty-handed. That's when you see it. Subway's buy a $30 gift card and get 6 free cookies promotion. Now you'll have a gift and some treats for the group. Scratch that. Now you'll have a gift and some snacks for the drive. Either way, we've got you covered with 6 free cookies when you buy a $30 gift card. Only at Subway. Offer valid until December 31st, 2023.
Did you receive a Canada Emergency Business Account loan and want to take advantage of up to $20,000 in loan forgiveness, but might struggle to meet the January 2024 repayment deadline? The Merchant Growth CEBA Refinance Program is the solution. With financing for merchant growth, eligible CEBA applicants can pay off their balance by qualifying in minutes. Refinance your CEBA loan balance now to unlock up to $20,000 in loan forgiveness. Apply today at cebarefi.ca. That's CEBAREFI.ca.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2023.
Donate your car today.
Donate online at carsforkids.ca. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll benefit a child and get a maximum tax credit.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today, and your car can be gone tomorrow.
This is the sound of vacationing. And this is the sound of booking a sell-off vacation. Sound similar, don't they? That's because booking a sell-off vacation comes with that extra special feeling. You know the feeling. The overwhelming feeling of pure excitement, knowing that beach time is just around the corner. And that this vacation came with savings. Big, big savings. Traveling for less never felt so good with
selloffvacations.com. Hi, I'm Heather Reisman, Chief Book Lover at Indigo, with one of my favorite picks to delight the book lovers on your list. I was surprised and totally delighted to fall in love with the famous classic, The Iliad, with the latest edition featuring a brilliant new translation and a stunning cover. This book is a true treasure, whether the person you're gifting is 14 or 84. Visit Indigo and indigo.ca for my full Heather's Pick list this holiday season.
Here's a holiday gift riddle. It's too big to fit under your tree. It definitely can't fit in your house, but it can fit through your door, your garage door.
Number 7.
At Number 7 Auto Mall, you'll find thousands of gifts to choose from for yourself or that lucky someone on your list. Come see us on Highway 7 east of the 427 or shop online at number7auto.com.
Number 7 Auto Mall.
Part of the Zankin Auto Group.
Experience simply better security with Brevo.
One solution for the whole community. Brevo has multifamily buildings covered, from common areas to unit access and in-unit automation.
All with the convenience of access control from your mobile device.
Discover the Brevo advantage for your multifamily building. Join millions of people worldwide who trust in the original cloud-based security solution. Visit lp.brevo.com/Canada. That's lp.brivo.com/Canada.
Monte Carlo Inn, your home sweet home.
Monte Carlo Inns would like to thank the many of you for visiting our hotels over the last several months. Monte Carlo Inns is very proud of our Made in Canada brand and are delighted to continue to be your home away from home for quality accommodations and functional meeting facilities in Southern Ontario. To save on your next stay with us or to book your next event space, book directly at montecarloinns.com.
Monte Carlo Inn.
Big opinions and in-depth conversations covering the Leafs, Jays, Raptors, and the NFL. The JD Bunkis Podcast. Subscribe and download the show on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
At Toyota, we believe you deserve a truck like the Tundra. It's a truck that's capable, reliable, and ready for adventure, just like you. A truck that's tough on the outside, yet warm and comforting on the inside. What? You know you secretly enjoy a nice warm bubble bath? Ah, don't we all? It's time to find your match. It's time to Toyota. Lease a 2024 Tundra 4x4 Crewmax SR from $164 weekly for 40 months at 7.99% with $5,449 down. Visit shoptoyota.ca or your local Ontario Toyota dealer today.
Are you looking to drive more leads and calls to your business? Do you want to rank higher in Google and run ads that actually work? I'm Jeff Quip, founder of Search Engine People, Canada's largest and most experienced search marketing firm, and we can help. Search Engine People has been hand-selected as a Google Premier Partner, ranking in the top 3% of agencies globally, and we're right here in the GTA. Your next customer is out there. Let us introduce you. Check out sep.ca today.
You're running late to your friend's uncle's cousin's holiday party, and you can't show up empty-handed. That's when you see it. Subway's buy a $30 gift card and get 6 free cookies promotion. Now you'll have a gift and some treats for the group. Scratch that. Now you'll have a gift and some snacks for the drive. Either way, we've got you covered with 6 free cookies when you buy a $30 gift card. Only at Subway. Offer valid until December 31st, 2023.
Did you receive a Canada Emergency Business Account loan and want to take advantage of up to $20,000 in loan forgiveness, but might struggle to meet the January 2024 repayment deadline? The Merchant Growth CEBA Refinance Program is the solution. With financing for merchant growth, eligible CEBA applicants can pay off their balance by qualifying in minutes. Refinance your CEBA loan balance now to unlock up to $20,000 in loan forgiveness. Apply today at cebarefi.ca. That's cebarefi.ca.
You're on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, and this is CBS Sports Radio. You're on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, and this is CBS Sports Radio.
You're listening to the JR Sport Brief on CBS Sports Radio.
And of course, JR moving to the earlier spot in start of the new year. So we look forward to that new lineup. Zach in the afternoon and JR 6 to 10. And Bart Winkler will be in this spot. So we got a lot going on at CBS Sports Radio at the change of the calendar to 2024. Chris Moore with you right here, filling in on a Friday night. I'll be with you again Sunday morning, which is Christmas Eve, 10 to noon Eastern. Look forward to that conversation then. And hopefully you got enough to watch this weekend to get you through. We got football, of course, throughout, highlighted by Baltimore and San Francisco. And again, I don't know what the mindset is for those two teams going into that game and what they want out of that game. Generally, we tend to just keep it simple and say they both want to win. And maybe they do, you know, maybe winning is their number one priority in the game because you want your team to believe that if they are to meet again in the Super Bowl, which is a big assumption, but for the purposes of the show, we'll say that it's a possibility, then you want to believe that, you know, that you're superior. On the other hand, you don't want to give up important schemes or plays that you might use in that game. You don't want to give them a glimpse of it so close because we are at Christmas. You know, I mean, it's the Super Bowl is less than 2 months away now. So it's not like playing them in September. You're getting close. The personnel is pretty close. You know who you are. They know who they are. And it's just an interesting time for this game to come up. But it should be fun to watch because both quarterbacks are fun to watch. And both have been electric at times. And most believe, based on all the evidence, despite the mid-season 3-game losing streak, that the Niners are by far the best team in football. And, of course, the best team doesn't always win, but it does entertain us, and it does create that sense of anticipation that all leagues want. They want you anticipating the next game for your team, the national team, whatever. They want you looking forward to the next game, and they don't have to work to get people to look forward to this game coming up between the Ravens and the Niners on Christmas night. Back to the phones. Willie G is in Tennessee. He's up next. Hi, Willie.
Hey, Chris, thanks for taking my call, man.
Sure.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. I just think that it's sad that we've lost that thing called commitment. The young players we have today, they have it's all about me mentality. It's not, my team. It's more of a me mentality. Everyone wants to win championships, but, it's more about how one can build their own value, and that takes away from the team, I believe. It's not like the team sports that it used to be. So the team concept is totally different than what it used to be. I feel like that takes away some of the motivation, from some of these kids when they're on the field. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like it's all about me now. It's instead of being a team concept.
Yeah, they're more, Willie, to your point, they're more like property or commodities, that they go up and down like a stock does. And even if you, to validate your point in my mind anyway, even if you are a player that recognizes that there's a time later on to make a living and I don't need to do it here, I'd rather be in a Three Musketeers all for one for all environment, you can't know these days that your teammates feel the same way. Like we'll get into, all that's happened in baseball with the Dodgers, et cetera, as the night goes on, and you feel free to comment on that at 855-212-4CBS. But the bottom line is players now, more than ever, because of the astronomical money, have no financial incentive to win. I mean, their income, whether they win or